Please excuse the mess. The SonarFeed appears to be having a few difficulties.
Nick of time.
And boom, just like that, I have a drink delivered to me right as the show started. We could not have timed that any better.
Class.
So cheers
Class.
to everybody.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I am drinking my usual Sparkle Donkey
With,
tequila with sugar-free Golazo.
Golasso.
How do you do that? I go to bed at like 8:45 at night. I can't believe I'm
Yeah.
going
One
to go
more
to
of
sleep at
those,
the
you
end
will
of this
too,
podcast.
yeah.
Don't worry, we're actually going to fall asleep during the podcast.
Yeah.
It'll work out perfect.
Says a lot about the guests.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Not so
Way to
much
manage
the-
those
yeah.
expectations.
So here we are in episode number 129 of SonarFeed.
129.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
with our best guest
Crowd
ever.
work.
Yes.
Well, your other guests are going to be real upset about
Yeah.
that.
Let's see, but they don't watch it usually.
Ah.
Once you're on it, you never watch it again.
You hear that?
Wait a second.
You
I
hear
watched
that?
last week's episode.
That was
And you said
That
the
was
best
actually-
guest ever last. I see what's
I
going
see what's going on here.
Uh,
Hey, Andy Craven, you hear that? We're a better guest than you are.
way better.
And Pablito.
All right, so tonight we're joined by our
that's right.
special guest.
Y también Pablito.
Our very special guest. We have Hall and Oates. Or is it
right.
Oates and Hall? I can't which was.
Am I?
Oh.
I can't go for that.
No can do.
No
Okay.
can do.
Which one are you? I don't even know.
Well, I think visually I
So
would
I'm
be
Hall?
Oates and you would be Hall,
Hall.
but
I'm Hall.
You're
All
Hall.
right, thank you.
You're welcome. New nicknames coming off the show.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like where this is going at all.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
So
should we? Bye.
Okay.
Bye-bye. All right,
Thanks
so
for having us. We're out of here.
I am Sonar Riley, a.k.a. Aaron Riley. Across from me is my other host.
Hugo Garcia, a.k.a. at Me Be the Seattle.
And then we're joined again by the one, the two.
Two.
only.
The two, the only.
The dos
Two, the only.
amigos.
The Dos Amigos.
Yeah.
The voice of S2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
We got three of the voices of S2 here.
do.
Right.
Oh, that's awkward for you. I'm sorry.
Oh. Ouch.
Zing.
Well, we did
And-
name the
Bye-bye.
show Stolen.
And Riley.
He's like, no, don't worry. This podcast has my name.
We have John Manley
Hey, thanks for having me.
at manchild1077.
Wow, this show is professional.
I know. I've
And,
never
hey,
done this.
and Gregor.
Yeah, hey.
Actually, I don't
Hey,
even know
Gregor.
his name.
No, I don't. I mean, it used to be Greg
Ur.
Rampage, but
It's
it's a
Ur.
long folklore that's.
His last name is
Ur.
Gregor.
What's
Yeah,
up?
it's Greg Ur.
Oh, great.
And in
At
Spanish,
Hey
it'll be
Gregor. On Twitter.
C.
I love the R, the roll.
C.
Oh, my God. So there we go.
Hey.
That's our opening.
And we both work for 107.7 The End, a local radio station.
Yeah.
I do mornings there. Manly does afternoons. And also, real quick, shout out to Cool Keith.
Couple of cool keys. What's up, dummy?
Yeah, there we go.
Excellent.
Got to work that in.
Absolutely.
And what about a podcast?
Oh, yeah, we're also the hosts of
Yeah.
Our Dumb Podcast. Follow us at Our Dumb Podcast. And while you're at it, follow at SonarFeed.
It's terrible.
Yeah, it's a really
You
bad
should totally
podcast.
listen.
This one is much
Yeah,
better.
way better.
You're setting the bar really low.
Am I not supposed to look into the camera the
you
whole
can.
time?
Yeah,
Because I am definitely like.
what am I supposed to do here?
You can do
Oh,
that.
I don't know. I don't
Otherwise, I'm just looking at you and there's
I don't
no
really do
engagement
TV, so
whatsoever.
I'm like.
So this is like every other day then, where you just
Oh,
stare
this is-
longingly in your eyes.
Normally, yeah. Normally, when you're on the
I do this a
radio,
lot.
you would sit down, you go to talk, and I'm Italian, so I talk with my hands. So I grab the microphone,
Or he waves his arms.
or the microphone's sitting there, and I'll be like, you know,
Bam.
I can't wait to go broadcast S2 this weekend. It's super cool. I get to go be in this podcast. It's the greatest thing in my life. And then someone walks in, and I go like, oh,
Oh,
God.
hey.
How embarrassing! How embarrassing!
Well, when we did the S2 thing, it was weird having the pilot mic where they like have it
That
over
was
the air
awesome,
like that.
yeah.
So we have both hands free, so I
Yeah.
got cards and pointing
Yeah.
and waving, and it's strange.
That's actually what we need to upgrade next to on our mics.
Oh, to have the
Because-
over-
to have the
Yeah.
because I'm
Sure.
I'm the same way.
That would be
you know
actually-
I just
For those looking to maybe
Yeah.
sponsor the Sonar Feed podcast,
Buy these guys some cans, man. Come
Yeah,
on.
come on.
Do it.
Oh, that'd be dope, dude. If you guys had that, and then
Yeah.
you could use these mics as your extras if you had more guests in.
Yep.
So this is the Berliner Pub, man. This
It
is
is.
rad.
Yeah, it's the
This
Berliner
place is
Pub. Beautiful downtown Renton.
it's rad down here, man. I don't get I admittedly walk between the station and my house, which is down the street, and then to the stadiums, and that's like it, man.
Yeah.
So a chance to get down here and hang out is awesome. Thanks for having us.
We walked past there was an arcade. We walked past.
Oh
We're like,
yeah,
man,
man,
we gotta go
actually
do
come.
that.
We want to go to the
Yeah.
arcade. Yeah.
oh
Yeah,
man,
we
thank
actually
God
a lot of nights will go out after the show
Yeah.
and go over there
Go
and play.
play.
Yeah,
Go play
sure.
For a while. It's
Totally.
great. 8-bit.
Cool.
Good guys over there too.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
Local business.
friends, local businesses.
Absolutely. Very cool.
Definitely, man.
Absolutely. Good.
Yeah, thanks for having us, man. This is gonna be really fun.
Yeah,
We're
absolutely.
excited.
Absolutely. So one of the things we like to do is we like to kind of talk about you guys a little bit. Tell us a little bit about
Just
your
a little bit.
story.
If you insist.
Just a little.
I was born a poor child in Racine, Wisconsin.
He was born a poor child.
In the ghetto. Back in the late
In the
70s.
ghetto?
In the
early
late
80s.
70s.
In the early 80s.
1970s.
Damn it, I'm old.
That's true, man. You are a 70s baby.
Yeah, I've lived in 5 decades. Isn't that crazy?
Oh, God. Gross.
But I'm only in my 30s. That's what's weird.
Oh, yeah, I guess I have to.
You.
I'm in my
Shut up, Craig.
Don't worry. I'm dating an old lady from the 70s, too.
Yeah, I was about
so
to say.
if you're watching, hi, pretty Lori.
I didn't say that. He said
He's
it.
like super hot and sexy lady from the 70s.
Busted.
Hi, pretty Lori. I'm,
What a shill.
I'm in trouble.
Okay, so you were born in the 70s.
I have to go home, guys.
I mean, not really. I was born in like 78, so it doesn't really count.
that's the 70s.
I mean,
Quick consensus.
I was born in 75. So.
80.
all right. Yeah.
80.
I'm an 80 guy, too. 80 side of
Whatever.
the table. High fives over here.
70s.
70s.
Guys, turn up your hearing aids over there on the 70s side of the table.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I can't hear you.
Okay.
This is gonna go too much
This is
disco. That's what
I have
happened.
an important tweet coming in. Hold on.
Whoa, on his
Oh,
Apple
his
Watch.
future watch.
Did you read the future?
I did. Britt Vox James asked,
Yeah.
who are these guys taking over the show? Do they think they are DJs?
Okay, here, out of the way.
Who,
Listen,
who said that? Who said that?
listen, James.
James?
No.
Yes.
He's the stadium voice, the PA voice of Seattle Sounders FC.
that guy.
Someone's feeling left out today, John.
Listen, James.
Listen, I can't do that. All I can do is the laugh at you doing the Liverpool accent.
Oh, I can't do that.
Oh no, I can't put that spot like that.
Liverpool.
Yeah, there it is. Hey, Ringo,
I'm Ringo.
where you from?
I announced the Sounders.
He's a man. Talk about a broken-hearted man right now.
I'm James.
Britt Fox. Is it just Britt Fox? Is that what it is? U.S. That's what it is. Yeah. Give him a follow on the old Twitter because he's a
Yeah,
nice
yeah.
dude. I like
Yeah,
that guy.
I know.
He
He's
is
not
the
so-
man.
Yeah, he was
He's a
actually on
good
the show a couple episodes ago, and he was great.
Oh, too bad he wasn't the best guest.
He was not the best guest, apparently.
We told him he was.
Or maybe he was.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
Good.
dang.
Next
Yeah,
week,
dang.
I'm tuning in, and we'll get on the chat here and be like, "How
right.
dare you?"
Make sure you watch next week. It's
Okay.
gonna be an epic show next week.
Can- should we
One of the
tease?
greatest of all time.
Wait, is it going to be are you going to have the greatest guest ever?
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah, nobody, because it's Memorial Day.
it's gonna be these sunglasses. Ah, hi.
Way better guess.
You guys are taking a week off?
We are.
Oh, way to give yourself some breathing room like that. That's great.
We need it
No
once
one
in a
to burn
while.
ourselves out.
Yeah, come
Smart,
on.
smart. Yeah,
You got to
yeah,
save
yeah.
the big pipes there for the stadium announcing
Give yourself a
S2.
cup.
Oh,
And hopefully, James, for the friendly between Manchester and Club America, hopefully. Still, knock on wood.
but then he doesn't get paid, right? Then
Oh, I'm sure he does.
Okay,
no
good.
Question, no question.
this has gone very inside.
Do you think announcers go around announcing things?
Oh,
like
yeah,
like
we
when
do.
they go like
Totally.
Clean up on aisle 7.
so they go like they go like the grocery store
Yeah.
and they'll be like, great lettuce.
What if the lettuce is bad? Like, what if it's browning?
Disappointing.
Disappointing from the lettuce.
I did an announcement for like our office meeting the other day. I was like, now coming in, our president of sales.
I need more reverb.
Yeah, they love it.
Someone's got to give him. He's got to stop him from using the all page. He's got to stop.
Your phone has been disconnected
Yeah.
at work for that. That's incredible.
No one can actually hear you just in your office doing it, and no one can hear it. Yeah,
Just you.
you're by
Yeah.
yourself. Like,
It just sounds like.
The weirdest part is he does it from the restroom as well. And it gets a little bit
Yeah,
awkward.
Oh, but the acoustics in there are wonderful.
really
Yes.
good. Yeah,
It
really,
really
good.
is. The
Yeah.
reverb is
Everybody
great.
knows. Isn't that like always true? Everybody knows whenever you are in there though, because of the acoustics.
Yeah, oh yeah, the reverb. It's
And the constant singing and announcing. So yeah, I get it.
Yeah, if you didn't have your phone out.
Put
you
them
would
up
be-
against the wall and shoot them.
Here goes in the bathroom again. All right, so back to the 70s.
Oh,
what do you want to know? I guess.
You, like what's your story? Who is John Manley?
Well, that is
That you can admit
That is a
so the
question
FBI
I've
doesn't
been
come after
trying
you.
to answer myself. So I grew up in the Midwest. I grew up in Wisconsin till I was like 18. Then I went to college in Minnesota,
Okay.
and then I moved back to Wisconsin for a girl. We should never do that.
Oh,
Never
No.
do that.
Yeah, we've all done a little bit of that for.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know the college thing. You know, where it's like you're 20 and you have a girlfriend and she
The
wants
best
and you're
thing
like,
ever.
It's gonna last forever. And then like 6 months later, I'm like, oh, what have I done? So I was working in Milwaukee at the time, and then I ended up going to. I got dared to get into radio. One of my coworkers, we used to go out and talk sports during our lunch breaks and stuff. and he was like, "You're really funny," and I was like, "Oh, I know, thank you." And he's like, "Your sports," and I was like, "Oh yeah, thanks, man. Whatever." He's like, you should do this for a living," and I was like, "Yeah, that would be awesome. Like, of course, who wouldn't want to do that?" And then he dared me to do it, and then he found me a school, and then like there's very weird like serendipitous moments that happened along this path, and then it was just like I flew to Arizona to check out the school, and 2 weeks later I moved, and it's been a pretty weird trip ever since. So then Phoenix to Vegas to take his job, actually.
That was crazy.
Are you serious?
We
Yeah.
both worked
Yeah.
among the same people and in the same buildings a lot throughout the course of this West Coast adventure.
Yeah, when I was in Phoenix, he was in Tucson, and he did our website in Phoenix. And then he went to Vegas and then left, and then I was...
That's a nice way of putting it.
I didn't want to say anything.
He was asked to leave.
Yeah,
it was recession economy. Okay.
His key card stopped working.
It was
He
weird.
put it back in. Yeah.
I still went to the Christmas party. It was very strange. The
He
true
had
story.
to give me his key card as he
Like,
left. It was
hey,
very strange.
Here you go. Here you go.
Hi, Greg. It was nice to meet you. Hi, Rampage. I'm not Rampage anymore.
Bye-bye.
Okay. So Phoenix to Vegas, and then Vegas to here. So I've been here for like a year and like 2 months.
A year change.
Yeah.
It? God, it seems
Yeah.
like, don't take this the wrong way, but it seems like way longer.
Yeah.
No, that's what I want to hear. That's great.
Yeah.
I'm glad
Since
that you-
5 decades worth of being
Yeah.
here? How dare you?
You've lived here for 5 decades. In 5 decades.
We'll talk about this afterward.
It's going to be a weird car ride home.
All right, now tell us a little bit about your story.
Mine's like I had like a really cool teacher. Shout out to Monica Koash.
Greg likes to make up names, by the way. None of these people actually exist before he continues the story.
She did.
She go.
Stash is quivering.
Shout out to Monica Koash. She was nice enough to be like, you are annoying and talk too much, but if you do this class called Future Problem Solving, a pussy magnet, then you can get a job at the radio station. And I was like, whoa, what? I can work at the radio station? I'm 15 years old. That's crazy. And so she like got me into the radio station, and within 6 weeks I had a job like making $5.15 an hour, showing up for the guy who had a meeting and running traffic on the radio station what was it, 100.3 The Peak, I think is what it was called. Shout out to The Peak. And so
Tucson?
no, it was in Albuquerque.
Oh,
That's where I'm
right.
from. From Albuquerque, New Mexico.
So you took a right turn in Albuquerque.
I did take the right turn in Albuquerque to.
It was a real doozy.
Yeah, it was my rabbit ears now. And so then I was in Tucson for college, and like I just went to the radio station and was like, I'm gonna work here. And they were like, actually, we need somebody, and I had experience. And then from there, I lived 10 years in Tucson, and then went to Vegas. And then I lost my job in Vegas. It was like 2008 when the economy went sour. I'd only been there for 4 months, man. And they were like, new guy, large salary, see you later, nerd. And I was like, all right, cool. They were actually super cool about it. They hired me back to do like part-time work doing graphic design and stuff is another hobby of mine. And then I have a crazy connection to the Sounders a little bit. Is when I came out here to interview for this job at the end, it was like 2008 in December or January 2009, and the Sounders were just about to start in March or April, at the beginning of April, whatever it was. That first match against the Red Bulls, I think is what it was. Yeah.
Yep.
And so I was out here, and they were like, the Sounders is going to be crazy, and there was stuff already up for it, like trying to get people excited, and they were like, this is going to be the team. I was like, this is going to be my team, because it'll be a team that starts when I start. And so I came out here on my birthday, episode 129.
Yeah.
They called me up to be like, yo, what's up? You got the job. This is great. Holy crap. I went in. I was like, screw you, part-time job. I hate you. I'm going to work in Seattle. And they were like, oh, that's so cool. Right, great. And then I get a call 3 hours later. Oh, corporate denied the hire. Worst birthday ever. Whoa.
Yeah.
I'm glad I got one.
Sad trauma.
Oh.
Yeah,
So, but the first match of the season that was on ESPN or something like that, whoever covered it, and so I was watching in Vegas from John Marshall's couch. Shout out to John Marshall.
What's up, Marshall? What's up, dummy?
And so I'm watching the match, and I just text the guy who put me through hell like that, and I was like, hey man, I just want you to know I'm watching the Sounders match. I hope you're having a great time. It seems like it's super fun. You guys really have a good thing there. 3 days later, he calls me up. He's like, got you approved. We got a job for you.
Let's
so
go.
So I got here for the third home game ever for the Sounders, and they got me tickets to it and stuff. And I went to it, and I was like, "This is my freaking team."
Dude,
That's
really
awesome.
Which was great. It was like a cool way to like kind of get connected to the city and something new. And so I feel like I've been a part. Like I'm also a huge Mariners fan, but they have 30 years of experience before I even ever got here, and so it's like
don't worry.
I
I
haven't
didn't miss much.
I've been 1 or 2 seasons here
Not
or
a
there.
good 30
95
years
was great.
either.
2001 was awesome. Man.
But
This year, you never know.
Yeah, it could go either way still.
Yeah.
So it was like this was like my team. Like I still love going to baseball games and stuff. We went and saw the Rainiers the other night, and that was fun. But it was like the Sounders were kind of the thing that like it was cool. And so when John moved to Seattle, like the first weekend he was here, he's an a Liverpool supporter.
Right.
Oh, we almost said Arsenal.
And I'm an
That would've
Arsenal
been
supporter.
fun.
So,
Arsenal supporter, yeah.
And so it was the big Liverpool Arsenal match. I think it was at Anfield.
Yeah.
And so we got a sorry to the Berliner, they're very nice here, but we got ourselves a what's it called, the bottle thing of a growler. Thank you,
Yep.
a growler of Manny's, and we took it over to the house and we watched it. And Liverpool smoked
5-1.
4-1.
Was it 4 or
I thought it was
5?
4-1 because I thought we
No
got
question,
revenge
man. It was
4-1
like
of
yeah,
this
you're
last
probably
couple
right.
weeks
Yeah,
ago.
yeah.
So it's been cool because when he moved here, like I was like, oh, someone else that likes soccer, like that, like is not from here, which is cool.
Yeah, it was really weird. Like we bonded pretty quick over soccer, and we went to like one of the first things I did in Seattle when I moved here was go to a Sounders match, and it poured. It was
that-
awful.
That Seattle gray
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
rain, but the flares were
Call
going
that the
on.
Seattle sunshine.
Yeah, right. And it was, I had never done the march to the match before he moved. I'd lived here for 5
Yeah,
years, and I
yeah,
never
yeah.
had done the march
Yeah,
to the
we did
match.
the whole march.
And so we did that, and we went, oh man, this is crazy. And like, huge respect for all the support groups that that make all that possible, and all the people that even if you just pop out of the bar and you see some weird thing happening and you go along or you just yell, hey, or whatever it is, like makes it so fun. And other soccer cultures don't have anything like that.
And I was so like I was kind of snobbish walking in because I've been to matches in Italy and England, so I've seen like
In what
the
city did you go
real-
to a match?
In Italy.
Liverpool.
No. how about Italy? Where'd you go to Italy?
I have family. My family in Italy lives in Bologna.
Okay.
So I went to a relegation match.
Oh,
Oh, awesome.
I got pepper sprayed there. It was awesome.
kidding?
Yeah, no, it was awesome. It was the relegation match, and Bologna lost. So at like the 80th minute, the fans started pulling out their chairs and throwing them at the pitch.
Wow.
And it was crazy.
Yeah.
And over there, you can only get into your section of
Yeah,
seats.
that's right.
You can't.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like you have a ticket and then you go to find it. It's like you have to go to gate B or that's it.
And you walk right in there, and you have all your
Yeah.
facilities right there,
And that's
and
it.
it's
You
blocked
can't
off.
go any further.
Oh, really?
You can't do a lap around.
No, and they have fences, gates up.
Yep.
I mean, not huge fences, but like you can't get over them without a security guy catching you doing it. So it's like, so we're walking out. If Bologna loses, they get relegated, and it's the first time in like 80 years. They've never been that good, but they were never.
Shitty.
They were just good enough.
They're like. I don't know, like Newcastle, like
Yeah.
this year, like never bad enough to go down,
Yep.
but never, ever, ever
Ever
in
gonna
contention,
go.
ever,
Yeah, right.
ever.
For the first 8 weeks, you're like,
Ever,
oh, is
ever.
there something here?
Right? Yeah, like yeah.
No, it's cute, but
no,
it's-
yeah,
They'll fall apart.
But don't worry,
yeah.
they still have their shirts off and
You
they're
just tap
freezing to
them on
death
the-
up there. Like that's good. Yeah.
adorable. Look at you in sixth place. Look at you in sixth place, 6 games into the season. How do you feel up here, little guy? You feeling good? So anyways, so it was the first time in like 80, 90 years. It was crazy.
Oh, man.
They'd never been relegated. So, understandably, Bologna was furious.
Devastated.
Bologna burned that night.
Smelled
weird.
like terrible meat.
So we're walking out, and there's, the riot cops are out. I mean, it wasn't like chaos, but it was definitely like
It's
tense.
European soccer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so as a tourist, I'm kind of going like, this is dangerous, but I kind of want to be a part of this because
you're like-
what a cool story this is going to be. That will be my downfall someday. Is I go, this is going to be cool. And it's
You're
like,
like, fuck.
his last words were, this is going to be cool.
Those would be cool last
Yeah.
words, though.
I mean, it's worth checking out. This house doesn't look haunted at all. We should go check it out. Never see him again. So,
Give me Scooby snacks.
what's that?
Just give me Scooby snacks, and we're all set.
like G. So we go through this crowd or whatever, and it's there's a little pushing and shoving,
Right.
but nothing like crazy or whatever. And when we're walking out, and as we're walking away, I start having this really bad my throat's itchy and my eyes are sore. And
Yeah.
My nose.
This happened to me on Capitol Hill
Yeah,
recently.
and I'm like, I was just getting over. I caught a cold in Ireland. I was backpacking through Europe, so I was like, oh no, like I'm relapsing. This is gonna be terrible.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of looking, and I'm like, oh, I feel awful. And I start to look around, and I see people like walking like with their scarves up, and I turn to my cousin.
Scarves up, Bologna.
Yeah, right. And I'm like, hey Nico, I go, do you feel weird? And my cousin doesn't slow down. His eyes are bleeding. I mean, he's just walking. He's like, dude, we got tear gas like 100 yards back. Doesn't even like break stride. And he just looks at me like, pussy. Like, and I'm just like, oh my God. So he's like, yeah, we got tear gas. I turned around. I was like, cool. Like, that was awesome. Like, I was in a soccer ride. That's the business, man.
So it was like kind of the closest thing to that then, like coming here for the march of the match. You kind of see that only without the violence then.
And that's what I was saying. Like, getting to the match, I was like, it's MLS. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'm snobby. I really don't know that much about soccer.
There's a few people out there like that.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. And I think by the time we got to the match, I must have hit him in the shoulder like 50 times. Going, Greg, this is awesome.
Let's go.
This is so cool. Like, this is cool.
You see the guy right over there wearing the kind of the lavendery shirt or whatever color shirt that is?
Maroon?
Hey, Dylan, maroon.
Dylan.
That guy right there?
Yeah.
Is one of the key people behind this that
cool.
brings that. So he's talking about the
Cheers.
This is
environment.
like
He's talking about
2000
no, you're fine. But he's one of the many.
Well,
it's many that helps bring
There's
that
many.
Cool.
that culture that
It's
exact
so
piece
incredible
to
and
it.
it's so amazing. Like I said, walking in, my expectations were at like a.
Let me ask you guys:
one.
have you guys gone to an away Sounders road trip?
I've been to Portland before,
But
which
did
was.
you go? Have you gone with the supporters?
I did not go on a bus because we had to get. I forget what the specific excuse was, but we had to get annihilated the night before in Portland,
Yes.
And so we ended up going to the thing, but we did not go on the bus down, which is I hear bananas, but I get a little weird about that. I get a little bit weird about being trapped with a bunch of drunks on a bus. I don't know what that is.
For 2-3 hours?
It's the way back that going down is fine. It's the like.
If it's a loss,
I'm the opposite. This would be cool.
Just imagine there's, keg, what do you call them? I can't think of it right now.
the kegs? The keg stand?
Keg stands on a running bus.
Yep. We need to do this.
Yeah.
All right.
So
I would have liked to
this
have gone to
year-
Vancouver, man. That looked like it was super fun.
Dude, I am jealous. I missed out. It looked like a lot of fun, man.
So the last time I went to Portland, and we drove down, and we got there the night before. Someone was doing Tough Mudder or something like that. I don't remember what the
Okay.
reason was. And we got down there and got just housed. And I remember waking up and being unable to move, super hungover, and the Japanese Women's World Cup team was playing in the finals. And we were like delaying as long as we could go to watch them play, or the semis or whatever it was. And me being like trying to set one foot on the ground in bed, moaning, sweating. Someone gave me
I know how that feels.
Someone gave me a pot candy and was like, here, just eat this. You'll be fine. I didn't know what was going on. And we got to the stadium and I was a total mess. But it was the time that Montero scored like a hat trick or something like that. And like saved the day. He had that big like 35-yard boot from out in the middle of nowhere. And it was like one of those things that even like me at my worst condition of being like a mess, I was still like, let's go! Let's go! Yeah, so it's like fun. The fact that you have to get there so early and they hold you and then like everyone leaves before they let you out because they're afraid of like something going wrong. That's like that's crazy.
Really?
Yeah, humans are.
Wow.
It's as close to what you experienced that we're
okay.
going to see in the States.
That's cool.
It is cool, man.
Yeah.
So it's we're actually skipping the bus to Portland this year. We're going to the game, but we're driving down Friday night.
Yeah.
We're going to go spend all day Saturday in Portland and get shit-faced.
Well, it's a
And
great
we're gonna
place,
go
man.
Hang out at the Sounder supporter bar.
Oh, cool.
In Portland.
Oh, that must be a
And we're
crazy
gonna
place.
Yeah, I like
cast
it. Yeah,
from there the night
yeah.
before.
From enemy territory, from behind enemy lines. I like
And then
that.
ECS plays the Timbers in their annual FC game that day
Oh,
too.
cool.
So we're gonna do
Perfect.
all that and then go to the game Sunday. So there'll be a little bit, but riding the bus, we'll have to have you guys on the Barra bus. The Barra bus
Barra bus.
is
What's the Barrow bus?
Barra is.
La
Barra.
Barra Fuerza Verde.
I'll let him explain it.
So it is the Latino subgroup of ECS.
Awesome.
So
It's the best.
if you see this,
Yeah. Oh, I love the sugar skull. and
That's very cool.
Oh, what?
Oh, yeah.
How do I get one of these scarves.
Summer scores.
I want
This
to.
one's
want
out
one
of
of
print,
those.
but
Yeah.
we can get
So
you
come
one.
down to
Yeah.
Merchants Cafe before the matches. That's usually where we pre-funk.
Yeah.
Borrow pre-funks there.
We'll do that.
And
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's a fun buzz, man. We get tacos on the way down there.
Yeah, we get.
You're
real
speaking my
good food.
language.
you're talking
I mean, you're
about-
speaking
yeah,
not
yeah,
my
yeah.
language, but like my
Dude,
food
it
language.
is the best bus
Ish.
by far because the food is like off the hook.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I mean,
Sure, there's always
it's interesting. He can speak to it a little bit too on from the actual sporting perspective. But having lived in Arizona for 10 years, you understand the Hispanic culture as it's so
Yeah.
much more integrated. Here, I feel like it's so segregated, except for like a couple
yeah.
people like yourself. But like when you're in Arizona, the Hispanic population is right there. You're like the Latinos are integrated with the community.
We're getting there. I think we're getting there.
Well, you're helping by doing
Yeah,
all the
yeah,
announcements
yeah.
at Starfire
No,
in Spanish
it's
too,
about
man.
it. We definitely want to make sure that the community is there.
Yeah.
It's fun, dude, and that's why I love to share, my passion for everything: football,
Football,
la comida, the food,
la comida,
That means food.
la música,
la música.
los
So,
tacos.
I worked with what was it?
I didn't get the last one.
Tacos.
92.1 La Caliente was in the same building as us when I was in Tucson, and so Pepe Martino Beso was my buddy who did nights at the thing, and so he would always come in and like
Did
talk
you
to me
ever,
in Spanish, no English whatsoever, but I learned how to pick up on some of these.
Did you ever have to do a Spanish read?
La Música, of course, yeah, we
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
I'm sure people would be furious about it today, but we did 2 different Cinco de Mayos here in Seattle. We
Yeah.
did all Spanish for everything. Now, the boss comes running in after my first break. He's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Well, you want it in Spanish. I'm not going to do it like a gringo. I'm going to do it
Yeah,
like you're
right,
supposed
right.
to." So it's
Yeah.
yeah, so it's like 97, what is it? 97.7. The end. Or something like that.
I don't even know if I can do it that well.
And so then, I had to write it out. I'm sure my translations were terrible, but at least I was like, was everything. And it was
Yeah.
like, and he's like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
No, well, you're the idiot that's making us do it wrong. So
Yeah,
shout out to Mike Kaplan.
What's up, dummy?
I love it.
Follow us at our dumb podcasts so you can hear more of these terrible things we say.
Awful.
All right,
Awful.
so we have a couple questions in
It's
the,
the worst.
chat room here.
Needs to be great.
Yes.
Our dumb
I
podcast.
also need to make sure that actually the best guest is sitting over there.
Who's the best guest?
Jude. Hey, Jude.
Hey, Jude.
Hey, Jude.
Hi, Jude.
Hi, what's up?
Love your hair.
You're just saying you're the best guest.
I was the best guest.
Yeah, you are the best guest.
God, this guy's a real people pleaser. You know
Yeah,
that? He's
right.
just telling everyone they're the best guest.
That's why he's got the.
I
name
see what's
of the
going
show.
on here. I'm not fooled.
All right.
Oh, that's undisputable.
That's official.
So
Did you get the little blue check mark? You're like best guest. Check.
before you got here, he said this
You're
picnic
verified.
table was the best guest, though.
Verified.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This mic stand was actually
So the best guest. It's been on the most times.
It has. Actually, it's true.
Okay, so questions.
Question here
Where are
from,
these questions coming from?
from the chat room.
From the
on
chat room,
Ustream.
Ustream.
BM Vaughn would like to know, do the other DJs...
I love this guy.
Yeah. At 1077 follow soccer, or more accurately, who follows soccer that we wouldn't expect to from the end?
Oh, it really is the two of us. You got to understand how few of us actually there are at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
There's only 5 DJs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Don't forget about Cody. Jeez.
Oh, never.
Shout outs to Cody. The forgotten
Don't
man.
forget Cody.
Sorry, Cody.
dummy.
Our dumb podcast.
I think it would surprise you to find out that most of us are Sounders fans. If you see us at a match, our crew are coworkers, and like across the building, because we share offices with KSW and the Wolf, and we have other stations, and we're all at the games.
Okay.
It's crazy. I have to wedge my way in because everybody's already established.
But you're
I
just
have
the
to-
new guy. That's what happened,
Yeah,
though.
so
It was like
I have to
Boom.
Okay.
So I was really fortunate because the guy, when I first moved here, the guy that was the promotions director for KSW, he was like, "Oh, I got these soccer tickets," and I was like, "I love soccer," and he was like, "I don't really know anyone else who's into this," so he always got to be his.
yeah, of course. Please.
Yeah.
Please, yeah.
And then,
third though instead, please.
and then I'll take another one too, please.
But yeah, like so our marketing director.
Can I do that beer though? Yeah.
Dunkel Vorstad.
Yeah.
We're taking a break for
Yeah,
drink
that's
order.
fine. They're
taking
used
care
to
of
it.
us.
Some
We
things
do it
are
every week.
Brandon.
Yeah.
We'll get back to your question first onto more
We got
important
priorities.
things.
We got
Yeah,
priorities.
alcohol first.
I need a beer.
Yeah, Yeah, but like there was like a bunch of people like behind the scenes that were soccer fans. That there's like our screen printer, Cool Keith. Shout out to Cool Keith.
What's up, dummy?
He was big into it, and Brian Thorpe, and like a bunch of people that were kind of behind the scenes that run it, which made it awesome. Like when we decided, like specifically before John was even here, it was a thing where I was like constantly hammering them to let us get in with the sounders to figure out a way to do stuff.
Yeah.
And the sounders, we happened to share the same audience, and so it was like a really good way for us to integrate each other. And so to the point that we're now broadcasting and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
there's a whole.
thanks for taking our job.
They took our jobs.
Thank you.
Do you guys want to go there now?
They took our
Here we go.
It's a trap. We're not gonna bring it up. Don't
Let's have it. Go ahead.
I won't let anyone have anything. I got 20 years experience in this business to do this.
Exactly.
I've been networking for years. I'm not sad about anything.
I earned this. Damn it.
We were promised a job, and then they said, "Oh, sorry, you're a third." And then somebody else came in and stole our job.
Sad trombone.
We weren't actually promised.
No, so I saw Aaron when we were during Girl Scout
Girl Scout
Cookie
cookie
Time.
sale.
I'm going to get a little credit back
I've heard
here.
about this.
I had bought some Girl Scout cookies
You had.
from your daughter, who was
Thank
taking
you.
over your welcome. And so he came nicely up to Seattle. He was delivering boxes or something. And so he delivered a couple to me and was like, just so I'm going to you had a council meeting or something like that that you were going to.
The Alliance Council.
And then you were like, I heard you guys are going to be doing that thing. I was like, oh, that hasn't been announced, but that's great. I'm so glad you found out. And he was like, yeah, we were supposed to do that. So, and I was like, well, that sucks for you.
Sorry about you.
I remember it differently. I remember him dancing a little jig around, pointing and laughing at me.
Yeah.
That's how it really went down.
We definitely had a moment when we found out that we got to do it.
I just started peeing everywhere.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
And it was in my office, so it was real bad. It was really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I always keep a bag around. So
He's been to one or two Gallagher shows before.
Just always be prepared.
I'm the Gallagher of urine. Is that what it is? Bladder Gallagher. Is that what it is?
Why are you wearing a poncho to work? Don't ask.
Don't worry. It's just
You don't want to know.
Gregor. He's not one of the cool Gallaghers.
I work with Gregor. Oh, I've heard about him. Yeah.
The peeing
Oh,
problem.
That guy.
Excitable bladder.
Yeah, with the whole pee. Yeah. It's a problem. What was the question? Oh, so the coworkers. So all of us. You would be surprised how many people are into it.
Okay.
Well, and I mean that goes down to just other friends at other stations too, like the Ted Smith and Miles Montgomery
That's what
from the
I'm saying,
men's
like,
room,
yeah.
and like I've seen a lot of the BJ Shea guys out there, or the BJ and Mig show guys out there
Shout out to
before.
Migs.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's like it's not. You know who I don't see out there? I'm gonna put them on blast
Oh,
right now.
on
do it.
Sonar
Do
Feed.
it.
This is happening right now.
All my friends at the Wolf. I don't see you at the Sounders
Oh
matches.
yeah.
What's up, the
What?
Wolf?
Yeah.
What's the deal,
Let's
cowboy?
Actually, let's not encourage them. Don't say anything because we want to just keep doing it. Let them do whatever they do.
Yeah, let us have
Whatever
the Sounders. They can have.
The Dirks Bentley is a thing that I've heard
yeah.
before.
Yeah.
So
They can go to all the rodeos.
What else do they do there?
We get the Sounders matches.
they do Pause for a
Yeah.
Cause. That's a really good charitable thing that they do. So there you go.
Yes.
It's the one music I'm not a big fan of.
Country music. Now, if you know a guy like Cool Keith, shout out to Cool Keith.
What's up, dummy?
Then you know that there is great country music out there.
But it's
I
old,
like
it's like
Johnny
old cowboy
Cash.
music.
I like
I got
Johnny
a
Cash.
friend,
yeah.
actually, she's local artist. Shout out to Ray Solomon.
Oh,
from
What's up, dummy?
Here
What's
from
up,
the
dummy?
Northwest. She's down in Nashville. You're probably not watching, but that's okay. Much love.
That's awesome.
And how dare you for not watching?
Also, why aren't you tuning in?
This is the event of a century.
Support your friends.
Exactly.
Support your
All right.
friends.
More
So-
chat room?
More chat room.
I just want to tell everyone in the chat room they look great.
They do. They look better in the chat room than they do in person.
And maybe because it's the beer.
All of us in radio do.
yeah.
Trust
Look
me.
at my cute little beer I got.
Mine.
Bam.
Yeah.
I still can't believe that you guys sit here and
Okay, thank
broadcast
you.
while you're drinking tequila.
You sure? Okay.
Yeah. Look
Thank
at
you.
that. Look at that.
So
Blows my
on
mind.
the joking aside, obviously we are. I told you guys this, so I'm gonna. There's a question here, but I want to do my little diatribe.
Please, please, yeah.
Fire away. It's your
go.
show. It's
I
your show.
don't go back and watch many games just because I don't have enough. I got 2 kids. I'm working full time. Look at that. He knows how to drink beer right there.
Let's go. That's what we're talking
We do
about.
this show, and I do like 85 other volunteer. I mean, I just like my days are like I never have time. I went back specifically to watch you guys broadcast S2.
Thank you very much.
Which
And also, sorry.
no, I loved it. I loved it because you guys nailed it. You guys
Oh, man,
absolutely
thank you.
fucking
Oh, wow.
nailed it. I mean, that's what I want to watch. Like when we did it, that's how we were planning on doing it. Now it's not as good as you
Yeah.
are. You guys are 1,000 times better than we
Again,
ever
dude,
could
I
be.
mean, I was being
But
a dick
to be
about it,
honest,
but like
yeah.
we have
No.
20 years experience that we're doing it.
Exactly,
It's like it helps out.
We do
Totally.
it for fun.
Yeah.
But that's how we would want to do it if we did it. with
Yeah,
what you guys
exactly
did.
like
so
that.
you
Just
nailed
nonstop,
it. So I
having
loved
fun,
it. So thank you
banter.
for that.
Oh, wow, thank you.
We should see
That's-
if we can get a game for you guys. Listen.
No. You guys do it again.
No, no.
I'm
But there's so
skipping
many
the next
games.
game. You guys go.
Own the
there
two,
are.
man.
Yeah, there's tons of
Hey,
games.
hashtag own the two. Let's get SonarFeed doing one of these
Yeah,
games, man,
yeah,
because that'd be
yeah.
awesome. As long as we get to do the stadium announcing.
Let's trade. Let's make a trade. Let's make a
You can
trade.
write all the Spanish for me, and I'll read it the way it's gotta be. I already proved I could do that.
I like this idea.
And he can yell goal like real good. Like,
Really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Let's hear a goal call.
Is it
I only
goal,
save it.
Goal?
I only save it. I say it. I have
Okay.
to save it.
Okay.
Okay. So then Lonnie asked, how did you feel commentating the first S2? And we spoke a little bit. So tell us kind of what went into like your.
First of all, you got to hashtag own the two.
Yeah. Very important.
I think that, John, well, you said it the other day where we would go back and forth between the two of us, like our energy, our nerves would be like back and forth all over the place.
Yeah, we going into it, first of all, like we were super excited. And we were really nervous because we didn't want to go in and be goofy. We wanted to be very serious. We also knew that we weren't there to be play-by-play guys. Like, we're not Arlo White. That's not who we are, and we're not.
And also, I mean, Ross, we sat down with Ross Fletcher. He was nice enough to invite us over to his house, even. Like,
Ross
and-
was great.
And he had us over to be like, to calm us down, I think, and
Yeah.
to be like, listen, you idiots. Like, they're not looking for you guys to
You
be
laugh,
the
but
next.
that's literally how he
Yeah.
phrased it. Like, listen.
We're not, and he's the best. And so he wasn't like, they're not looking for the next sensation of broadcasting. Like, yeah, you've got
Right.
some experience, but you have none doing this. Do what you guys do and have fun. Now, that's hard to do.
And we like beforehand we had sat down and said, how do we want to do this? And
What's the game plan?
who's going to do play-by-play, who's going to do color, and neither of us have any experience in either, so it's like, well, let's just get in there and see where it goes and all this kind of stuff. But it was very interesting how when he would have his moments of like freak out, I was really calm. I'm like, dude, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
It's going to be great. And then like 3 days later, I was freaking out.
out.
And he's
He's
like,
shit.
no, man, it's going to be good. So he watched a game and came in the next day, and that face right there, and he just walked in, and he's just like, he's like, dude.
Because those first guys,
Yeah, we're great.
they're like probably semi-pro, if not
I thought they had,
experienced
the first guys
commentators.
That actually did.
Was it the Portland crew or something?
No, it
the
was-
same Central Washington kid.
No, it was the first
No,
guys.
the
They were
first
like,
guys had done it. In
one
the
of them
past
talks like
summer.
this, and he has a real professional
One
voice,
of them
and then he
was,
says, "Oh,
he
no,
called
goal."
Portland Timber U23 game.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool. And then the
Yeah.
other guy played at UW.
Yeah, right.
Right, that's right,
And
right.
so like they were like you have a
they were
real
real.
color guy and a real
Yeah.
broadcaster, which is cool.
So he walks in and he's like,
Oh, no.
my
Damn.
God, we have made a terrible mistake. This was a really bad idea. And I was like, Greg, no. Like, listen, man, we're just going to go in there and we know what we're talking about and we're good at this.
Yeah.
We'll be able to do it. It's going to be fine. We watch soccer all the time. We got this. And then, and this is before I'd watched. So then the next week was he was a college kid or a high school kid?
It was the college kid
From Central Washington, yeah.
And so then I watched that match, and then I came in, and now I'm, oh, Greg, this is a
They did like a 10-minute pre-show. They had all this stuff.
Yeah, that was what freaks me out. I was like, they did a pregame. We don't know how to do pregame. We can't do a pregame. like,
let's just have beer. We'll bring you with a beer.
I was like, I can't do this. And he was like, it's going to be
got it.
fine. So we had this really weird way of kind of leveling each other out. Like, neither of us
Yin
at
and
any
yang.
point freaked out at the same time. It was always one person kind of going like, oh, we got this.
But there was a point, like, it was the day of. We got there 9.5 hours early. No one was there. We were banging on the fence or whatever. And,
that's true.
Well, and, like, it was like,
I was there, too.
at some point I was like, oh, my God, this is real. And that's when he was just like, hey, man, too late now. Like, we'll just have fun, man. This is fun,
They
and
screwed
enjoy
up.
it right
Yeah.
now.
Yes.
Yeah,
And it was like,
that's
oh. And then we had a shot of whiskey. So that's the real
Best idea
secret.
ever.
But that was like the experience itself. I have zero. Like I was lucky enough to throw out the first pitch last year at a Tacoma Rainiers game, and here's how it goes. And then they're like, "Okay, and now Gregor for the end." And I walk out, and I'm like, throw the ball,
Yeah.
run back in, and then it's like I have no memory of what actually happened from the time I walked over through the pitch and then did it. Same thing, right?
I did that. I threw out the first pitch at a game in Vegas, and
Oh, nice.
the picture that they take, because they'll take a picture of you while you're doing it. I went out there and ran back so fast that my picture is actually blurry.
I walked out, and they're like,
Dude, I would be super
ladies and
nervous
gentlemen
too.
from
So-
blah, 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 blah.
His flux
And-
capacitor was
yeah.
broken,
And
otherwise he would have gone back in time.
I walked out straight into a wind-up, threw it, and just walked right back off.
So I don't think I'll be on the show anymore because now the gas man has answered my tweet of best guest or best guest ever. He said, whoa, what? So my career of getting good guests is over now.
I met the gas man at a charity football event, and he could not have been cooler.
He
So
is the
I'm
best
sure
guy ever.
he
Oh,
will.
no, he's-
I'm
yeah.
sure he will get over it, even though he's not the best guest ever.
There's nothing wrong with being number 2.
One laugh. I heard that. I don't know where it came from,
That's
but
second place. The second place is pretty good. It's pretty good.
Oh yeah, it's okay. I like
but
I
yeah.
like to burn the bridges. You know, it just makes it more fun.
yeah, then you're making jobs. People got to build new bridges. Then creating jobs.
Yes.
So the game happened, and I think the best way to summarize it is we do the game, we get done, and we're walking. Like we didn't touch the ground on the way from the booth to the car. We just floated.
Yeah, I know that.
Well, I ran into you,
Yeah,
and you
yeah,
like
yeah.
just like in a whirlwind of like, I
Yeah.
don't know what just happened. It's like Mr. Burns when he was doing the treatments and stuff, and he was glowing, and it's like,
And we get in the car, and I'm like,
Oh.
Greg, let's go drink 100 beers. And he's like, yes,
Absolutely.
let's do this. And we drive to a bar, and we get our beers. We sit down, and at that point, it all kind of came down.
Oh,
and
boy.
we're sitting there, and I look at Greg, and I go, can we just not talk for 10 minutes?
because
And
believe me,
yeah,
based on the
yeah,
comments,
yeah.
we talked enough.
Yeah, we talked enough. And he's on his phone. He doesn't look up. He's just like, oh yeah, don't say anything. And we had one beer, didn't say anything, and I was like, I'm gonna go home. He's like, yeah, and high five. It was the best thing ever. But we were so emotionally, we were just so
Yeah.
worn out.
Yeah,
it's
dude.
so
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
so intense.
Yeah, like this just happened.
Yeah,
Is this
yeah,
real
yeah.
life? Like, yes.
We got a great question here from Mark.
What are you, the host of the show now, Greg? What's wrong with you?
No. Well,
Let's go.
It's about to be-
Gregor feed?
no. Come on, we're working these numbskulls.
Sonar Greg over here. What's going on?
I like this question though from Mark, who ages away from us. Who threw a better pitch, Clint Dempsey or Hey Gregor? Clint Dempsey threw a strike.
Deuce threw a strike.
That was
Yeah.
solid. I was
Although
impressed.
I must say, you had some good coaching.
I had a great
So I'm assuming you
baseball
probably threw
coach.
better.
Shout out to John Manley. Sub dummy.
Sub dummy.
No, Deuce threw a great first pitch, Mark. But you know what? I got it to the plate. No bounce, no hop from the mound. So it was. I'll take it. Just a bit outside.
The most important thing.
Yeah.
Just
I did not
get it
embarrass
there.
myself.
Just get it
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Especially
No
the guy
bounce,
before me
no
threw a
bounce,
strike, and
no
I was
bounce.
like,
Yeah, just get it there.
I was
Just
gonna
get it there. Just get it there.
freak
All right.
out.
So in the chat room, we have a couple follow-ups to the stories.
Yeah.
Sure.
Who do you draw your inspiration from on your soccer announcing? And the gas man will be very disappointed if you don't say him. And then
The gas man.
sure.
follow up.
I do the gas man.
Follow up with, did you ever read the comments on YouTube post-match?
I did.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Really?
yeah. I'm
You
a
were brave
glutton.
enough
Yeah,
to
I'm a
go
glutton
in
for
there.
punishment. Yeah. I'm he wouldn't do it, and I was like, I'm going in, and he's like, you're crazy. I was like, I'm going in.
Well, my beautiful girlfriend read everything. She even went onto the Sounder at Heart site and everything, and read all the. And she a day later came back to me and was like, "Listen, it's all right." And so I went through and combed through it and was like, "Ooh, that hurts," but like at the same time, it was like no one. It was like Portland fans pissed at us for being super one-sided about it, and then it was hardcore soccer fans who have nothing better to worry about than criticizing two dudes who are having fun. But the amount of people that came to our defense is
Yeah,
what
that was super
really
cool. Yeah,
made me feel good about it. There was like
Yeah.
a lot of people who were like, "These are just two radio jack-offs just here like having fun."
Right.
Yeah.
And
These
it's
guys sound like they're goofing off. We are goofing
Yeah,
off. That's
man.
exactly
Yeah.
what we're doing.
That's why you're there.
Yeah, right.
well, and so that approach that we had, like the inspiration. I mean, listen, we've joked a lot about this, I think, but like we podcast every week together. We see each other every day. We hang out all the time, and the approach was know our shit and then do it the way that we do it, only with the nerves turned up to 10.
Right. Now, you told me offline that day that you guys practiced and prepped and put
We prepped so much.
hours.
No
I
one,
mean,
no
what
one
did you
prepped
do?
harder than us,
Okay.
for sure. Like that's why I didn't feel bad about it, because I was like, I gave it everything we could give, because and it was it's kind of great because since then we've seen like there have been a couple like website articles about how like Arlo White does his stuff, and it was like what we were doing.
Yeah.
So it felt really good. It was like, oh, that's
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Also-
look at that.
We're legit.
And a big shout outs to
cool, man.
Ross
Yeah, 'cause-
for that, because he kind of like gave us a couple, here's what you
Tips.
want to do.
Yeah.
I'm so
know?
grateful to know somebody like Ross
Yeah.
because just from Matt Johnson was a guy that does one of
Matt
the
Stretch Johnson, yep.
Yeah, he set this whole thing up for us a couple years ago. And Ross, being an old radio guy, was so excited to come in and do radio every week that we were like super fortunate to have that kind of guy that wanted to
Yep.
be there. And then when he saw two numbskulls getting to do it, I think he always wishes that he had a music show on the radio that he could do that on.
Yep.
And so this is his chance to help us out. And so I'm so grateful to a guy like that who's such a pro. And I mean, he would argue that he is probably not as pro as I'm making him sound,
he's
Ross.
great.
But he was like he was so cheeky and so nonchalant at the same time about us just being like, hey, stop it. You guys are hilarious. Just
Yeah.
go do it.
That Ross Fletcher,
Yeah.
a real top man.
He's a real cool Keith.
Real cool Keith, that Ross Fletcher. So I read them, but the crazy part was, and look, we do this for a living, so we are pretty
Thick skin.
used to, yeah,
No.
yeah,
No.
I have the thinnest skin, man.
yeah. No, some of them, I won't say because I don't want to encourage, I don't want to give the key to how to.
What you do is you talk about his shirt.
Here's what you say. There's a certain thing that someone will do that gets through.
Sure.
And I was, if Greg will walk in, he's like, "Hey, what's the matter?" And I'd be like, "Oh, one got past the goalie." That's what I always say, one got past the goalie. And
okay.
because I can deflect a lot of it. Because here's the thing you always have to remember is that no one that's having a good time is going to go on to a comment page and go, "Hey, I'm having fun."
No, you're
They're
right.
just going to sit and
You're
watch.
absolutely right, dude.
Except for me, I live tweeted rewatching it the next day.
That's very
I do
true.
remember that.
And I tweeted, and you guys had like 8,000 tweets.
I remember reading them through my tears. It was really good.
Which
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for payment, by the way.
Yeah.
I got you, man.
I got 10.
afterwards, yeah.
I got a tenner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll get a couple bucks. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. But the support, I can't believe. We have lived some pretty negative places. Like the
Yeah,
desert.
yeah.
The desert does not breed a lot of positivity.
No.
Okay, and so
Yeah.
there are. Because of and watch me suck up here, but because of casts like this, there's a great soccer community who's just excited that people in a mainstream facility like the End can take a second to be like, hey, this cool thing that is awesome is something we want to talk about too. And so we've gained the respect out of a ton of people, and we're so grateful for that are stepping up, that have our back on that. And all that says to me is that we're connecting with the right people, and that this community is strong.
Or at least we think we are. So just let us have it.
Yeah, I know. But see, I mean, we joked before the show that we have 39 and a half viewers. You know, we joke about
Maybe
two,
Yeah,
so
maybe
we have two,
40.
so-
maybe 40 on a good day. But we're not huge. I mean, I consider
right.
you guys to be much more broad audience
Oh,
than
yeah.
we ever will be.
We talk to millions of people
Yeah.
a day,
Right,
or a week on the
Yeah,
radio.
yeah,
That's
right.
just the thing that happens. It's,
So for us,
it's
though, we
humble
still
brag,
get-
by the way.
yeah.
But I mean, that is how it
Only.
is. But you're talking about like
scale
even
is different.
our
Sure,
podcast
but
gets
yeah,
out
no,
to 19 people
yeah,
also,
yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Right. But it's scale, and if we get some comments that are like
Sure.
some
Dude.
private and some public,
Yeah.
and we're like, all right, that's cool.
brutal,
But you know
man.
what?
Like,
At the end of the day,
damn.
why are we here? We're here because we can hang out with some of our friends.
Yeah.
We can have a drink and with us and get out of the house and kind
Right,
of enjoy
and that was-
ourselves
and that
to
was-
hang out
yeah.
with people like you. Like when we started this,
Hi.
we never thought we'd have somebody like you on the show. I'm not just
Whoa.
because you're the best guest, but
I do declare.
but
The two best guests.
Yeah.
but when you look, but when you look at like a Jude or a Dave from Sounder at Heart or
Yeah.
Gasman or Alan,
Yeah, no,
or,
yeah.
I mean,
Fred
you start
Mendoza.
Fred Mendoza last week. You start looking at all these guests.
Yeah,
and it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's ridiculous that us three guys,
Yeah, dude.
have this
Seriously.
silly little fun
Absolutely.
podcast.
Guys, when I was
So-
prepping for the match, I went back and I listened to your cast.
Because
That's
you were
how
the
I
only
prepared
ones.
myself.
Yeah, you
Like,
were the only ones that
seriously,
had
like-
any kind of
Right.
content
Right.
about these guys that we were
Yeah.
going to be calling. Yeah.
So it's a
Right.
really cool
'Cause
thing.
no one else
like-
was doing it.
Yeah, no,
Right.
it's a smart niche thing that you do, and
Yeah.
you should. I think it's great. Like,
Yeah.
don't apologize for anything ever.
Oh, yeah.
Hell no.
No, we just have fun. I mean,
yeah.
that's at the end of the day, we
What
have
Yeah.
it's about. That's
But
what
it
we
is-
talk
but
about.
it
We're
is
like,
hard.
hey, the minute we stop having fun, it's
done.
when we're done.
Think
Just
with
like
us, man.
We do obviously we do our own radio shows separately, but we do a podcast, and the whole reason we started to do the podcast was specifically so that we didn't have to, because there's radio rules that we won't get into, but there's things that you're supposed to do and things that you can't do, and I think it kind of came as a goof. Like we were just complaining about, like, I'm so sick of only having 7 seconds to talk over a damn Weezer song, and he's like, we should do a podcast, and I was like, yeah, we should.
And then we did.
What's the
Oh
podcast
wait, we
called?
should do
So
it.
Our Dumb Podcast. Follow us online at Our Dumb Podcast and send us an email at ourdumbpodcast@gmail.com.
What's up, dummies?
What's up, dummy?
It's a term of endearment.
After you follow SonarFeed.
Yeah,
Also follow SonarFeed.
absolutely. But it's really like
Priorities.
no. The Sonar Feed's so important because it is that connection to the community. But to me,
Yeah.
seeing that you guys get like some guys have poker night and some guys have
Yeah.
titty bar night. What's up? Shout out to the booby bar.
Shout outs
Yeah.
to boobs.
Both of them.
What's up, boobies?
But the idea that you guys come and whatever it is, I think there's a tendency for people to come and bond together, specifically at a pub where like we don't have the TV on or anything like that. We're just sitting around drinking beers. Maybe there's some tunes going on or whatever, and then you just hit record on the conversation you're having.
exactly
Just remember this.
Ah, it's awesome.
We talk to 500,000 people a week plus. We were
Humble brag.
Yeah.
Damn.
We were excited to come here. Like we are like this was
Yeah.
the shit. Like
Oh!
buddy.
That's cool.
Like this is super cool. Yeah, man. Of course, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like, this was exciting.
So, Aaron, I understand that
yeah.
you almost died once.
I did.
Oh no. Greg, you weren't supposed to ask.
Oh,
Yeah. Hey, Lee, are you watching? That was for you.
Oh, man.
So
Call me,
yeah,
man.
so I did. I almost died. Once. So shall we go into some of our important? Well, actually, here Jesse said that he has not watched the S2T2 match yet.
Yeah.
But he's gonna go back and watch it after.
hey,
the show.
thanks, Jesse.
Yeah.
And I'm not joking.
Set the bar.
We apologize. Said it here,
Low.
Greg. Yeah, right.
It's way up
yeah,
here.
no, it's-
Nah, it's
way
cool,
up here.
dude.
It's about
It
here.
is. It's,
Well,
it's
here's the
fun.
thing. We knew that, like, when you back to like the whole, did you read the comments or whatever? We knew going in that there was going to be a group of people that didn't get what we were trying to do.
Absolutely.
And that was okay. So anybody that was like, they're not talking. Any comment that was like, oh, they're not talking about the game. Well, we didn't really plan on it anyway. It wasn't part of what we were trying to do. We were trying to just tell a story and be what we were. So we knew like those people were going to be mad no matter what. And we knew if there was Portland people. I didn't realize that it was actually the Portland broadcast. I didn't realize that until far too late to get worried about it. So it's like, oh, well, here we go.
Thank God I made
Yeah.
cards for the Portland
I
players.
know, right? Yeah, right? And we did that like the night before. That was just like, oh, we should probably have the Portland players too. It's like, oh yeah, we should definitely do that. But I think the only part that was weird about it was the production crew, which they were awesome, but at halftime, one
not
of the guys,
name who it is,
Yeah,
yeah.
one of the guys walks in and goes, "Oh, whew, yeah, it's about, yeah." He's like, "It's."
Wow.
We're like the whistle goes and we have like you only have like a minute before you have to do the halftime thing.
Yeah.
So, which we didn't know that either. So like and he goes like we're gonna have like between 7 and 12 minutes to talk going back. And we're like, well, is it 7 or is it 12? Because that's a long time.
Yeah.
To just
Not for
to
you guys.
To bullshit for 12. Like that's a 5-minute window. That's a long time.
Luckily, based on this podcast alone,
Yeah,
we can do
We
it.
can do it.
Yeah.
We were.
I'm surprised. It was tough. Yeah.
Secretly,
However, did you guys do that?
I don't
we,
know.
we were hoping for 12, so it's like 7. We got
27 minutes. All right.
We gotta go. Like, wrap it up. But so they come in and give us. First, they drop that on us. We're like, oh my god, and then they go like, it's about 50-50 online right now, guys. About 50-50, and we're like, thank you. No. Like,
Yeah, well,
Worst producer ever
and,
there.
Well, no, and there was a guy that was standing around that was just like, he'd be like, ha! Like that. And I'd be like, what? And so he was like distracting me a little bit. And finally he was like, man, some people hate you. It was, and I'm like, welcome back to the halftime show where
we're sorry.
I'm like slinking lower and lower.
yeah.
And I'm like,
We're the hated duo.
Well, and it's funny
Put my
because
hood
we react to things so differently. So Greg was like, "Oh no," and I was like, "Screw them, let's go. We're gonna keep talking. I'm gonna talk more now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk more."
Like, it can't get any worse. Let's
Yeah.
go.
the second half starts and immediately we're like, Jones to Long,
Yeah. We instantly shut
Long
up.
to Sanyang.
It's a drastic difference from first half to second half. And even like the end of first half into second half, like it's a drastic difference. Like we come out the second half and if you listen, we are very quiet to start. Very quiet.
Real shaken. You can see it in my eyes.
Yeah. Like we're just like, oh man, that was
My favorite comment that I got from the producer was like, "Hey, so yeah, you tend to just because you're a radio guy, just stare off into space, and it looks like you're kind of dead." So we're sitting like this, like Hugo and I are, and Hugo would be talking, and I'm like, uh huh. And so there's like no movement and just
Yeah.
the dead eyes. Fantastic.
And all the while I'm doing this.
You think there would be a guy
I've got
responding
like an
to
interpretive dance
to
going
his
on.
Italian
Yeah.
karate over there that's
Greg
going
was
on?
like,
So can we do a behind the scenes video of you guys next time?
Oh,
we can have
absolutely.
you-
Yeah, bring a video
Sure.
in and
Yeah,
we could
yeah, yeah.
critique it and go like, here's where Greg actually
I'm gonna
almost said
help
the
with
F word on the.
All right, so a couple more questions here, and
Sure.
if anybody out here, you guys are tweeting them too. But if anybody has a question, let me know.
Yeah, you guys can just yell them at us. We're like right here.
Or come over.
Yeah. Yeah.
Most of them are coming to Twitter, but Lonnie,
Look, I can Jerry Springer this, no problem. I can
Right,
get up into the
exactly.
crowd and like, hi and welcome. I don't have enough cable. I'm sorry.
the paternity test is back.
You are not the father.
Oh, thank God.
Who do you have a favorite player on S2? Lonnie asked. in
Oh
the
man,
chat room.
it's so tough because I got to say Nick Miele, because that guy is from Albuquerque, went to UNM and came up here, and so I wore my UNM hat the first day I went out there. He ignored me. Shout out to Nick Miele. But he was. That's awesome that someone like that from my town is there, and he's like he didn't just go to school there. He's from there, and so I got to get in and rub elbows with him to be like, you're the best.
I clearly Craven. He's awesome.
Craven, yeah, me
He's
too.
incredible.
Yeah.
He's a bulldog. I love players like that.
Yes.
I love
Oh,
players
dude,
that
He's
nonstop.
tenacious.
they don't go down. They don't.
Tenacious.
They just
Tenacious C, we're calling him. So just throw that out next time. Throw
Also-
out Tenacious C.
I
Bad
like Duncan McCormick, Captain
Yeah,
Crunch.
Captain
That's
Crunch.
just because of the nickname that you guys gave him, I think.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, and then you got to like the guys like Rossi
Yeah,
and
I mean, yeah, he's
and then all the
stud.
guys that float back and forth between the
Yep.
teams that are rad. So I liked
Darren
watching
Jones and
Mansoray lose his cool in the Friday night match. That kid was mad.
Yeah.
Getting subbed at the 60th minute and pouting off the field is
yeah.
that's a mark of a guy who's upset that he's not moving up.
Not to borrow your
today.
Twitter handle, but Manchild should be his Twitter handle.
Oh, nice. Well
He can
played.
get mine.
Well played.
Shots fired.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
no.
Yeah. Hashtag shots fired. You want it? You got to come
But that's
get
good, man. But that's good because he's hungry and he's
yeah.
upset that he's had some first team experience and now he's getting subbed out in the 60th because he can't get it done.
He's a kid that if he grows up a little bit,
Yeah.
he could be dangerous. So
It's
that
scary
pass
how
from the
potential he has.
Yeah.
It's so
Can we talk
scary,
about
dude.
something crazy from the match on Friday?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
The guy that does the flip throw-ins,
Oh,
Harrison.
Yeah.
Michael Harris. Yeah, Harris. Yeah.
What the fuck is that guy doing?
And I think he's a Federal Way product. I
Yeah,
think
he,
he's Federal Way
he went to
product.
UW. He went to UW.
That is a 45-yard throw-in he does.
Into the
dude.
box that almost went into the goal.
He's
Oh my
the
God.
Russell Wilson of throw-ins. It's
Yeah.
incredible.
Yep.
I didn't know that was illegal. First of all, but I guess his feet are on the ground and he does it.
Yep.
My mind was blown. It's from like half field.
Yep.
Like what the
It
hell?
was the best thing about watching UW. There are people who don't like it, but I loved watching him play UW.
I mean, I think it's kind of insulting to the standards of it's like when Andre Agassi started wearing the colorful clothing instead of all whites or whatever.
Like those unwritten rules, you're breaking them. So
Yeah.
like your etiquette's bad.
But at the
Like,
same
come
time,
on. Yeah.
But
that
it
was-
makes it a set piece from like the midfield.
yeah, and I was like,
Yeah.
I wanted more. I wanted like, let's get another throw in, huh?
Yeah.
I want to see that again.
Well, I guess I wasn't there, but I guess he was booed when he did a normal throw in towards the end of the game. That's what I heard. Somebody told me that.
That'll
So-
learn
Good,
ya.
good on you, supporters. Good on you.
so
That's perfect.
I thought it was good. Yeah. So
Major props to the USL for having these games on YouTube
Yeah.
after
Yeah,
the fact
really
and stuff
smart,
too.
really smart, yeah.
Just had to
Yeah.
go back and do a
It's all
little
about live
brush up on
streaming.
some stuff. Yeah, it's all about live streaming. It's great.
On-demand audio. And
Yeah,
video.
and that was
Most
great for
important thing ever.
calling matches and stuff, having that information there to be able to go
Yeah.
back and watch and kind of get an idea like, oh, I can go
Yeah.
watch the Timbers match
Yeah, because
still.
we went and watched back and
Yeah.
watched tape. Like,
yeah.
we took it way too seriously. It was amazing.
No, but it's
amazing.
cool though,
No,
man. That's,
you took
you know,
it serious,
Yeah.
but then you go ahead.
No,
You
no,
nailed
please,
it.
please.
But you fucking nailed your
feeling
humor and everything about what you guys are. And you guys came out and you guys have dominated the show in a good way tonight because it's that same
Yeah.
personality.
Yeah.
Because that's that same idea.
Well, thank you. Yeah.
One whole
That's
person.
one.
I'll clap for you.
That's one. Yeah.
a lot of people are gonna be like, best show ever.
No, we'll get the same comments that we did the game. Would they ever shut up?
Don't they know
ever
this is a
stop
soccer
talking?
podcast?
Jesus Christ.
Tell us about soccer.
Shut up. Shut up. So they gotta shut
We can
up.
talk about Liverpool for like another hour.
Oh
so.
yeah, we can start a whole new podcast.
Good idea.
I do have a question.
You don't want my
See,
thoughts.
Yeah.
Hardest thing about being a morning DJ? Do you miss not staying up late?
Oh my God, this is actually hilarious because one of my friends, Manly, is always giving me a hard time because like on a Friday night at 9 o'clock, I'm done. So who was that? Was that?
Guess who
Mark.
it was?
It's good old Mark over there. You gotta come get a tour of the station there, Mark. He's real engaged. Yeah, it's real tough to do that. It's hard to get up at 3:45 every morning. Now there are people who get up and like the guy at the Einstein Bagel I go to, he's there at 2:30 in the morning, and so he doesn't go to sleep and stuff. And so like there are people who who have a lot harder time than I do getting up. That sucks. And like he's also off by like 10:30 in the morning or whatever. But still, his life is a mess because of that. Mine's only I'm like on farmers' hours, and so it sucks because like all the fun shows and like we're on opposite schedules, and so if we want to hang out, it's like I do happy hour. But if you want to go to like a cool show or something like that, like it's a production, and then it screws me up for days after. Like this today, where it's like what if you're listening after the fact? It's 8:30 right now. I'll get home by 9:30, and that's like a super late night for me. Like that's crazy. So yeah, that's a tough thing, man. It's hard to adjust to that.
Yeah.
I'm not a morning DJ, so I can't answer.
Like, he's a kid for me.
He's had to fill in.
Yeah. I worked my way out of that. There's a crossroads that you get when you're in radio, and you like because there's only two ways to make money. It's either going to morning show or programming. And I went programming.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I knew I'm a night owl, so like I go to bed when he's waking up.
Yeah.
Like, that's
So
just.
what time do you wake up in the morning then?
3:45 every morning is when my alarm goes off. I probably don't get out of bed until 4.
Yeah.
But I do an hour at night before I go to bed of show preparation, and then I get up and I'm there by 5, and the overnight guy comes down and he talks to me for the first 15-20 minutes of the morning, and that's kind of interferes with my planning or whatever. But like what I realized after about 6 months is that he comes down there and gets my mouth running, so I can do this all day, and then so it's a good setup, and then it's straight to the air at 6 o'clock every morning.
Yeah, no one's more upset when Greg goes on vacation than this guy.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so
Exactly.
you have to fill in?
Yeah.
That's tough.
And it's always enough time where, like, after 3 days, you get used to it, sort of.
Yeah.
You're kind of on a schedule.
Yep.
But that's all it is. So it's 3 days. So then, the second your body goes, like, okay, flip things, that's when he'll come back. And it's like, now you got to reverse flip it. And he's like, oh my
When I
God.
used to be in your position, the best thing that could happen would be a Friday off, because then I would work the morning and then be off by noon and then have a long weekend, which was awesome. So.
Except, so that was the last time, though, but you were also off on Monday.
and totally
So
screwed
I had
you.
to do, I was excited. Like, the weekend was great, but then Monday or Sunday night of the weekend, I still had to go to bed at 6 o'clock. So I didn't have the weekend to readjust. Yeah. So that next week I was just it takes you about 2 days to
bye
bye back there.
Yeah.
Bye bye with the
Well, we
burping.
appreciate you guys being here.
Yeah,
Appreciate you
absolutely.
being here.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. That wasn't me
yeah.
cutting him off. I was just saying bye-bye to him because he's
Oh, yeah,
doing
no,
a
not
schedule or
leaving.
whatever.
No, I'm just saying, it's gonna throw you guys off a little bit.
So I've got a couple of questions here I want to ask, but then we have to get our normal questions.
Yeah,
in.
absolutely.
But one
The
of the
important question.
One of the So
I'm excited for one of them.
this
I
is
know this
two
for
questions here, but I'm going to ask them kind of together here. So as Sounders fans and general soccer fans who I'll watch outside of MLS, what's one of the biggest things MLS could do to improve the league? Like from a soccer fan, and then secondarily, because it kind of relates to each other. This is BM Vaughn, by the way. Then take that same question and talk about broadcasting. What does it take to get to the next level of broadcasting? Because I think we're spoiled locally on broadcasting in some regards.
Yeah, if you watch some of the other feeds and stuff, there's some tough broadcasters out there that are probably making no money doing it, and so you're paying not a lot and getting not a lot in return. Probably,
Exactly.
we're really lucky with Ross and Arlo
Yeah,
and
he's
even Calabro
Even-
that first season.
I liked Calabro.
Yeah, me too.
Him, but I liked him just because I was new to the sport as well.
Did you say nude? Were you nude?
I was nude.
Because
and
I was nude.
Nude to the sport.
I love listening to Kevin Calabro in the nude.
I wore
Don't
pants
ask
for you
about,
guys tonight.
on my couch with my fancy watch and nothing else.
Did you just
pants.
tune in at the wrong time there? Is that what just happened? Team No Pants.
Team No Pants. I wore pants for you guys today.
I appreciate
you.
that.
And my socks and
This is the
sandals.
Porky Pig free zone. I appreciate that. Yeah, we got to talk about that. I noticed that earlier.
Yeah.
Hey, he's married with a couple kids, man. He doesn't have to worry about jack.
Exactly.
Okay, so as far as the MLS, what I think that it could do better is create more local rivalries. Like this NYCFC Red Bulls thing is going to be great. I love the Cascadia Cup. I think you need somehow to engage those LA fans to do that. And the thing that we always talk about is you need two teams in Arizona. You need a Phoenix and a Tucson to get that Mexican crowd up there because, man, for the USA-Mexico games and stuff at University of Phoenix Stadium.
It's insane.
And so if you could
It's
create
80,000 people. It's a full football stadium.
Yeah.
if you could create a few more opportunities to create a little bit of local rivalries and then get rid of the fucking divisions. Man, make a table.
Yeah, make a table.
And I'm sorry, everyone's got to play each. I know what the logistics are. I know how hard it is, but we're going for
But you're playing a game a week, so how hard can that be? That's not that bad.
No. It's interesting because rivalries are an interesting thing. There was somebody tweeted this morning, so has MLS made LAFC a Sounders rival already, right? Half jokingly, of course, right? But there's a lot of fake rivalries, or there's forced
Yeah.
forced rivalries.
Yeah.
Allowing it to come naturally.
Naturally.
Well,
is more
so that's
important
like Sounders
than-
Galaxy. That's a real rivalry
It's
because
Because they
One.
keep stepping on
Right,
our faces
right.
in the playoffs.
right,
God!
right, right, yeah, right.
Portland and Vancouver, you hate each other.
Right.
Galaxies come about because,
Right.
well, even RSL for that matter too. They kept beating us in the playoffs, etc.
Yep.
Sure.
That is something that's been
And it happens
bubbling.
from the history, from the games, from the matches.
Not just
Yeah.
New York. New York, LA has never been a rivalry. There's no rivalry. It's New York and LA, two big media markets.
That's it.
But the rivalry between the teams is
It's ad dollars.
See,
that
that's,
No,
like,
that's all that is.
Yeah,
Exactly.
like, so like that's got me a little nervous. Is like with the extra LA team and the new New York teams because I don't want it to become Major League Baseball,
Right.
where it's
Yep.
the Yankees and the Red Sox
Yep.
every Sunday
or
night
like
baseball.
La Liga in
That's
Spain,
all
where
that
it's
is.
Real
all that
Madrid
is.
and
Right.
Barcelona, and that's
right.
it.
Right. I don't want that, and that's my fear is that they're going to start seeing dollar signs, and those are gigantic markets
Yep,
because the
absolutely.
product is close. It's
yeah.
not far away.
No,
I mean,
it's not.
it's more about bringing the bottom level
Yep.
talent
Up.
up.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. The
But you-
middle range player.
You mean
Yeah.
like the Portland, bringing Portland up?
Yeah, bottom. Is that what you said?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
bottom.
I didn't
Yeah,
know if
yeah,
I
right,
heard that or
right,
not.
yeah, right.
But like you look at a team like Columbus, man, and the
Yeah.
crew like stepped all over the Sounders,
Yep.
kind of rightfully so. They they were able to cover and to carry, man, which
Right.
was amazing. So it's really interesting that. You need those natural rivalries to be
Yeah.
created, but at the same, we're getting lights. It's
Oh,
amazing.
yeah. Hey.
Hello, but at the same
Live
time,
streaming.
I don't really feel any rivalry with Vancouver, but because there's a cup on the line, and if we
Sure.
don't win, then they can win it. Then that sucks.
But they're
Right, right,
Canadian,
right.
so they're cute and
Oh,
cuddly
and they're so polite.
fuzzy and warm.
Have a nice
so-
day.
I know, exactly. Yeah.
But there's
Hi, Mark, if you're
but that
watching.
rivalry is kind of
Not you, Mark. Other
No,
Mark.
no, the other Mark, Daily.
The good Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, Canadian Mark.
Are you gonna take that?
Canadians
is.
over Cougars. Canadians over.
But because there's a cup involved, because because Vancouver has won it the last couple of years, that's cool. It gives us a reason to want to beat them,
and
other
we
than
enjoyed
just.
beating them. This.
Yeah, right?
That was
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
so,
yeah.
I didn't,
so
man. I didn't think there was even.
great.
I thought they were way stronger than we could handle after a loss on the road like that. That was great.
Well, don't
man.
you think that was probably one of our most complete games of the year?
Yeah.
Sure. I mean,
No,
by
you know
far.
what? I'm gonna go ahead and say it. It was probably the best away match I've ever seen us play.
Tell
Yeah.
them. Tell them.
Away.
Preach.
Church.
I'm putting it out there.
What about the RSL game we went to last year?
The tequila has lost this round.
Right.
We drank a lot of bourbon
Yeah,
that
we
night.
did.
Nothing wrong with that.
We
Nothing
had
wrong with that.
2 or 3 guys that had $200 bills each.
Oh boy.
Not the drivers, thankfully. But
Well, yes,
Yes,
please.
That's a very good
Yeah.
idea.
Because remember, drink responsibly.
yes, we did. We always
Never
do.
drink and drive.
Never.
So yeah, I think that's MLS. I think that's a great way to.
Now the problem is that in order to cover a whole country and get everyone involved, you got to have 30 teams. Like it's
Yeah.
got to happen at
So
some point.
big.
I don't understand the. I had to talk with some friends in the organization about this. I don't understand the Minneapolis one over in Arizona because because of the built-in fan base that you have there. But they're like the Minneapolis thing is going to be huge.
It is, yeah.
It's going to be a big deal, and I don't mean to slight them either because I don't know anything about them.
Yep.
But I just have come from a place where the soccer fans are. Yeah, the problem is they're really into it. The soccer fans in Arizona, but you got to have indoor places to play, like University of Phoenix.
You got the stadium. It's
But like,
already-
if you
it's
want to
there,
create
yeah.
a cool rivalry between Phoenix Tucson, the I-5 rivalry or I-10 rivalry, whatever that is, then you got to have an indoor stadium there too. But why not have Sounders turf inside in Tucson?
right.
Like you
That
can
makes
put it
sense.
in the convention center or whatever it is. Yeah. So
All right, so here's a question for you. Golden goal or penalty kicks? Do you have a preference? This is from Adam.
Oh man. Boy, I don't know, man.
I have a preference, and that is penalty kicks because at some point,
Yeah.
you're unless if it's the final match of the tournament.
Yep.
Play till someone wins. I'm all about golden goal. But when you're dealing with semifinal or something like that, where someone needs to move on and it's not aggregate, you gotta go with at some point penalty kicks. You just
Because
screw up.
here's the thing, like
you
imagine
screw up
like
the season.
Yeah, like taking it from like national clubs. Like imagine if the Champions League final was golden goal and Chelsea was in the Champions League final. That game would last 18 days because they wouldn't attack. They would
John
just-
Terry is now officially dead, but playing in zombie mode.
You watched that game today?
No.
heard about
The Chelsea West Ham.
I heard
Oh,
it
West
Or not?
Ham.
I mean, not West Ham.
Over the weekend?
No, it was one today.
Oh, I didn't see it yet.
Brom.
West Brom?
West Brom. Thank you. They had a red card for
Fabregas. Yeah,
Fabregas.
kick the ball in the guy's face.
Kicked the ball in the guy's face, and then John Terry came out of the halftime and made a what should have been a red card tackle for a penalty kick as well.
Well,
he
yeah,
should have had nine guys left.
But you could lay John Terry's body down in front of the goal and have a pretty good shot at just still holding up that defense. You know what I mean? Like,
it's true.
But yeah,
I hate that guy.
Golden goal
He's
can
so good. He's so good.
Yeah. But that can be tough. Like, and if you're gonna do the same thing with golden goal, I want to see another sub come on. I want to inject some pace into the sub, but then you just prolong things even more because you got fresh legs and stuff. I don't know, man. I think golden goal is cool, but I think that at some points you got to worry about how they're playing in other competitions.
It's the lesser of two evils.
Yeah,
because golden goal would be terrible.
Yeah.
It sounds like it would be awesome, but it's
no.
If after 120 no one scored, like, what do you think? Like, keep playing another 60? Like, what's gonna happen?
180, no one's still gonna score.
Yeah.
Like
no.
And at that point, those guys
Forget
are
it.
dead tired. It's like they're not gonna be passing well. It's gonna be a disaster.
Someone's gonna get hurt too. Is the other thing. And then
Speaking of getting hurt, here we go to the tough question.
Yeah.
Good
Good segue.
Yeah, it is. It is. I'm gonna switch it up a little bit.
There's like 3 or 4 questions we have to ask here.
Let me get heavy.
Yeah, hold on.
Yep.
Okay.
Wait. Let me.
Okay, take a sip. Get ready.
It's a 2-part question,
Ooh, it's a
Part
two-part
1.
question this time.
Okay, I'm ready.
and it may even turn into a 3-part. But
Bring it.
the last taco you had, and where was it from?
Oh, interesting. You've mixed it up.
Mixed it up.
Last taco I had, where was it from? Oh,
Doritos Tacos Loco, Taco Bell.
We saw Macklemore at Taco Bell once.
Yeah,
It was crazy.
yeah. It's true. That's a
I'm not
true
hating.
story.
Well, he was outside he was getting into his crazy Cadillac.
It caused a very big rift in our
You got to go back and listen to the R Dumb podcast
Yeah.
at R Dumb Podcast.
Shout out to our dumb podcast.
Yeah, what's up, dummies? There's an episode all about what was it? It's called Mackle something or other.
The Castlemore.
Castlemore.
Yeah,
You got to go back
Castlemore.
and listen to that, okay? You can hear the whole story.
Or, nice.
Anyway,
Yeah, we really did see Macklemore, but we really
so
did see Macklemore. at
favorite
Taco Bell.
last taco you had?
I remember this because I paid a lot of money for it. I got tacos from. Oh wait,
Yeah, from the 107.7 The End Taco Truck Challenge.
No.
Son of a bitch.
son of a yeah. I was at Paquitos this weekend. So
Oh, that's
I had
right.
fish
Yeah,
tacos.
just
What kind of
yesterday.
feeling? What kind of taco
I went
was
fish
it?
tacos. I like fish tacos from Paquitos. Yeah.
Tacos.
I said
Not,
fresh
it's not
to
my go.
fish.
It's not my go-to, but
Okay.
it's not my if you ask me what's your taco?
What is your taco? What is your go-to?
Oh, carne asada for sure.
So I had the from Tacos Chukis on Broadway
yeah.
upstairs. That place is legit.
we
Tacos
go there,
Chukis
yeah.
all the time.
Yeah, we go there
question.
all the time. Thank you.
And I had the
Looking
Autobot
for sponsors, Tacos Chukis.
Yeah,
Looking
yeah.
for sponsors also.
hashtag sponsor money. Follow them on Twitter.
Shout out to Tacos Chukis.
Oh yeah, her salsa's legit.
It's legit.
Legit.
I-
Which taco do you have though? Taco
I have
Chukis?
the Autobata. There. Oh, and I don't do the taco. Actually, I do the baby burrito usually.
Oh.
The baby burrito is the jam there.
Oh damn!
Yeah.
But
That
it
thing
is a
legit.
baby burrito.
Dude,
it's
it
the
is.
only problem.
You could eat
Yeah.
3 of them and still feel good.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Love it.
Yeah,
I
Chukis
had
is my
tacos actually in Sacramento at a cool little hole in the wall
Taco
awesome
Bell.
place.
Got it.
It was great. They were really good.
Chipotle, all right.
No, it wasn't Chipotle.
I had my mom made homemade birria tacos. So birria. is
Birria.
like a
Birria.
seasoned. She made beef birria, so it's basically
Birria.
like a pot roast that's seasoned in like very deep.
Yeah, okay.
It's not very spicy, but it's like a mix of earthy spices, and it's called birria.
It's like a dry
So-
rub?
No. It starts like a
Birria.
dry rub, but it ends up having a little sauce, and the sauce is what makes it really good. So look for birria.
All right.
Maybe more people
Birria.
might have it or some other. Try
All right.
it. But it's.
I mean, you're
usually-
talking to a man who makes his own
yeah,
tamales,
yeah.
just so you know.
birria.
Woo!
Try it. Now, if you want to get really fancy, you might try goat birria, which is where that. Yeah, that's
Cabra
sounds good.
birria.
yeah.
I didn't get my second R roll
It's
very
all
well.
about
but-
the sauce when it comes to the birria. So just remember
Okay.
that.
Birria.
Sauce, a little bit of onions, a little bit of lime juice. It's kind of like a chile relleno type sauce.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah,
That
it's
sounds
legit.
good.
It's legit. It's legit.
Yeah, okay.
Oh
I can do
man,
that.
let's eat
Topping
tacos.
some
Yeah.
taco.
Let's go get tacos right now, Greg.
So that was that was part 1. I thought there was more than one part there.
Well, the meat, the
What's your
filling,
favorite meat?
the last place you went to eat, and your
Oh.
favorite taco of all time.
Oh
I
man.
gotta give honorable mentions to carnitas too.
Yeah, carnitas are great. El Pastor is good too.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, lengua. He introduced me to lengua, and man.
Oh, wait,
good
so wait a
lengua.
second. Now. So where's? Because this is important to me because I'm like a food dork. Where's your favorite place for tacos in Seattle?
So it's my mom's house. Mi madre hace los mejores tacos.
Hugo said we could come over and eat tacos at your house today.
Shout out to Hugo's mom. What's up?
I'm still waiting for my invite.
Oh man.
There's a taco buzz by my place. It's called oh my god, I can't remember the name right now. Perdóname.
It's one in Burien, right?
Yeah, it's in Buren by my house, and they're open till 11 every night. I know, right? And it's classic. And I usually get tripa, carne asada, and lengua. So I get tripe,
Yeah.
lengua, and carne asada.
I cannot
want
do
to
the
be.
I can't go for that.
Yeah.
Oh,
No can do, Greg.
Don't knock it till you try it.
I've tried.
Don't
it.
knock
I will
it till
not-
you
yeah.
tripe it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. That should be a T-shirt.
Working the puns.
Hey, Greg. I see what you did there.
I'm working the puns and twos, John.
Very nice on the puns and twos.
Oh,
All right.
boy.
Favorite Girl Scout cookie?
Boom.
Oh, we've had an argument about what.
Thin mint, motherfucker.
No, no,
Thin Mint.
no. Peanut butter patties, bruh.
Yeah, tagalongs. That's what they're called. here.
Bye-bye.
I know.
Tagalongs.
Yeah.
Boo.
Yeah.
Put 'em
I
in
know
the
what you're
freezer.
talking about.
Samoas.
Yeah.
I've got frozen
Samoa
Thin
gets
Mints in
you.
my freezer right now.
I mean,
I'm
look,
gonna go
the
home
real
and eat one.
answer is there's no wrong answer.
Well, exactly.
From his daughter.
They're all
Yeah.
good. Because I'll even eat the
Unless you're on
shortbreads.
Twitter, then it gets really intense.
No, it's the right answer. Tagalong, then Thin Mint.
How
Yeah.
dare you, is what I have to say.
I don't
Mark.
know.
I don't like coconut,
They're not.
so-
They're not.
I don't like coconut either,
they're
unless
not-
it's out of an actual coconut.
Correct.
They're not tagalongs to me. So we had a big argument about this.
Oh, I like a tag along.
Yeah, that's the
We
peanut
had to
butter
argue about
chocolate.
this the last time he got cookies from his kid.
Yeah.
Because he was like, he is like, what's your cookie? And I go, peanut butter patties. And he's like, what the shit are you talking about? I don't understand what you're saying. And I was like, that's what they're called. He's like, that's not what they're called at all. I've never heard of that. And I was like,
In the Midwest, they are.
I ate 1,000 of those things growing up. In the
Okay.
and we could like, because of course this is what you do now. You don't actually like argue. You just go, I'm going to my Wikipedia or my watch.
Yeah.
This nerd.
Or this guy. Let's go to the watch.
The watch says.
And they do.
I stood in line for this.
The name of the cookie is
Correct.
Regis,
It is.
so-
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is regional.
Sorry for my obscene motherfucker a minute ago. I really
it's
went
okay.
over the top, but I got
We
excited.
told you.
I filled the
Can't
gap.
this guy anywhere.
Can't
Are
take
we
me
gonna
in.
hit the radio guys with the music one?
We are going to hit him with the music one, but I think we should also do this real quick.
Yes.
Uh-oh. He's putting his microphone down. I'm describing
Oh,
what's happening for new.
snap.
Oh!
Oh,
We get prizes.
What did we win?
We did
Yeah.
good, John.
We did it, Greg.
There's a kiss on the cheek. I got a pat on the back.
Let's go.
Oh.
Clearly, he's the real winner here.
Wow, hi. What are you doing?
Oh, whoa! What is
Say hi.
this?
What? I just kissed Hugo on the cheek.
Jeremy, everybody kissing Hugo on the cheek. Okay, what's going on? I'm sorry, I'm not paying attention to the ceremony. Oh, is this for me?
Wow, I'm.
You guys are Stein Club members.
Yes. Yes.
If I drink like a million of these, then I get like other cool stuff?
Pretty much. More beer.
Yep.
It's like, that's mine.
Yep.
Stay away.
So
Stay away,
you
it's
can-
mine now.
You guys got a growler.
Oh, wow,
and a
yeah.
t-shirt, and the Stein, little half-liter Stein.
Let me take a
Yeah,
selfie. Hold on. Let me take
Yeah.
a selfie.
Wait, where's the camera? There
Right
we
there,
go.
right there.
Hurry up, phone.
Perfect.
Taking forever over here doing this little thing. So while they're doing that, so you can get any of your favorite beers to go filled up in the growler.
This is incredible.
Oh, that's
So the
happening.
beer you were drinking.
Yes.
And then, of course, you have your Stein. So you do get a discounted price on your.
Oh, what?
We are all Stein members.
Because I can go for that.
Yes, this is definitely.
Because I'm not a rich girl, Greg. I need all the discounts I can get.
Nice using the
Thank you.
Hall & Oates references there. We like that. We're big fans here. But we want to say thank you from the Berliner
Oh,
Club. They're
no,
our
yeah,
family.
wow.
Yeah, you guys
No,
are part of the
they've
family
been
now.
super nice to us, and come down here and check it out. It's
Yeah.
specifically when you come
No,
to
this
Renton.
is it's incredible, man.
You got to go here and to the
Yeah.
pinball or to the arcade down the street
Yeah.
and make it a full afternoon or
Exactly.
evening.
So we also do. Labara does all of the away games
Yes.
here.
Oh,
So you guys
that-
have
yeah,
got
yeah,
to
yeah.
come
Yeah, okay.
down for one of those.
Yeah.
Away game. We're always watching here. Good
Will
times.
there
We
be
got
tacos?
drums.
Okay, what we do normally, there's a little taco joint about a mile from here.
Yeah, don't worry, we'll make something happen.
And
I'll
it is
make- I'll make
fantastic.
tacos
This is
into the
important to me.
equation.
Yeah. And actually, they do make killer tacos here for Cinco de Mayo.
Oh.
I'm sure we could probably talk them into making that happen again. For
Yeah,
a
we got to
special
figure it
event.
out. We could probably get the minds together to figure this out.
We could do that. I don't think that'd be too much of a problem.
Well, you guys have been awesome, and the Berliner's been awesome to have us down here.
This has
and
been so much fun. Mostly
super
because
fun.
we didn't have to plan for it, which is
Yeah, you,
which is
usually
the
that's
best for us. Like
We didn't either.
Well done.
perfect.
Thanks to Greg and the gang that for making this happen out here
Absolutely.
to give us all this awesome stuff too, man. That's
No,
great.
this is super cool, man. This is you guys have been really great, and you've been really important to us to kind of let us into the Sounders family like that. That's a big
From
deal
all
for us.
angles,
Yeah,
from all
that's
angles,
a
this
big
is
deal for
cool.
us because
This
we
is
know
on the
that
street.
we're we could have walked in, been the I don't want to say the enemy, but like we're like the radio dudes that big time and like they're not legit, but. We really, truly, I hope it comes across. Like, we love the sound.
Yeah,
we
absolutely.
love soccer.
Dude, it did. It did. Everybody knows you guys are having fun. That's what it is. We
Yeah.
enjoy it. We
Yeah,
have
yeah.
fun with it. That's why we breathe it. We love it. We watch it. We stream it. We travel on it.
It's amazing.
because it's fun.
So we still have a couple more questions, though.
Yeah,
We're
sure.
not quite done yet.
I want to get a plug in real quick. Our
Right.
next match that we're calling is in early July. I can't remember exactly when it was. So that was a terrible plug, but
Our next match is later.
later. It's not
sometime in
today.
July.
We play it with. It'll be against that one team.
Yes,
That team that plays that
I
day?
hear that they have won a few.
They have a couple wins, a couple losses.
Yeah.
That one guy on the team's good.
But
But they have some
Wait,
weaknesses.
is it a day that ends in Y?
it's yes,
Most likely.
Yeah, featuring guys who kick a lot.
Yeah.
I'm looking it
Anyway,
I'm
Okay.
looking it up. Looking it
So
up.
while he's doing that,
yeah.
Biggie or Tupac?
Very
Oh
important.
man, I'm as far as the rap game goes, I'm Biggie.
I'm Wu Tang.
I think that.
Okay, that's a great answer. Good answer.
But you can't answer it and or with your own thing.
I can do whatever I want, Greg. This is your podcast.
You're absolutely right. But that's weak, man. That's not taking a stance on the hard questions.
Well, then I will. Then I would abstain because to be honest, I'm not a big Tupac or Biggie fan.
Yeah, he's still. Oh, you're getting called
So
out.
July
God.
12th,
All right.
Sunday, July 12th,
Yeah, that sounds right.
Arizona.
Yeah.
sounds about right.
Arizona.
Suck it, Arizona. We don't want you in our
United
dumb
SC.
league.
That is the early July home match.
All right, I'll go Tupac because I like the thug life. So
Yeah, there you go. And he was a thespian before he was a rapper.
he was
which
also
I-
the dancer for Digital Underground.
So
Yes,
there
he
you go.
was.
Oh my God.
Who I
think
went
that
to
whole thing
see
was a
at
front.
rave here
That's
in
incredible.
Seattle in the late 90s.
I had Shock G do a drop for me once when I was living in Phoenix. Yeah.
This is
Yo, this is
incredible.
Shock G. You're listening to Manly on the radio. That's the coolest thing ever.
I had Bruce Buffer once calling me like.
Did you have to pay him $500,000? You know he gets $1 million every time he says, "Let's get ready to rumble."
No, he was.
Wait, is that Bruce Buffer or Michael Buffer? Michael Buffer is the
Bruce Buffer
Buffer's
is
the
UFC.
boxing guy.
UFC guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? You know, there's a crazy backstory as to how those two know each other.
The Buffer brothers.
Yeah, but they didn't grow up together.
Oh, what?
No, it's a crazy.
And they both
story.
had the golden pipes.
Yeah, they met at a broadcasting convention. No, I'm just making that part up.
They met in broadcasting school. It was crazy.
It's really weird. Like, you got a great voice. You've got a great voice. We've got great voices. Are we
Let's start a
related?
company.
Let's be brothers.
Buffer's not either of their last names.
No, they just made it up.
Amazing.
It's incredible.
Okay, so if anybody else has any last questions, ask them now or forever hold your peace. But one of the last questions in the chat room is, isn't it past your bedtime?
Is that from?
Is that from Lori?
No, it's not.
Is that my girlfriend that's chiming in? Hi, pretty Lori.
Oh my God.
How dare you? I want to give a shout out to my cat Peanut. Sup, Peanut?
Peanut. Cacahuate. Ooh, that's
Cats,
a tough one.
his cats have fleas.
Cacahuate.
Is that Peanut?
Peanut.
Cacahuate. 1 for 1. That's amazing. I hope she heard that. I hope Peanut heard that too. He's listening at home.
Like what?
What? We've gotten way off track here.
That's okay.
What was the question?
Have you ever watched the show?
What's that?
Have you ever watched the show?
The show?
Cat show?
Our
You
show.
always get off track.
The show.
Oh, I'm sorry. You mean this?
Podcast.
I
Yeah.
thought you meant the Peanut show. I was like, the Cacahuate show. I was like, I have
Your
not
cat
watched
podcast.
That.
Hello.
Yeah.
I've watched every episode.
You're not, he streams all the time, Greg.
How do you feel about dank memes?
About what?
Dank memes.
How do you think?
that
Is
was
that?
from-
Oh,
Dank memes.
I hear that's from the greatest guest ever. Is that true?
It was.
Dank memes.
laughing over
Dank
there.
memes.
Is that?
I need to know what this is right now.
I think that's a weed thing.
Is it?
She's dying over there. She's laughing. I think we did. I'm not sure
Wow,
what it was.
we hit
I think my response was offensive. I think that's what just happened there.
No,
I think I
she's
stepped on
just
some
funny.
toes there.
She's just enjoying herself.
This is incredible.
So
Wait, I need to see what's a dank meme. What is it?
after show.
Oh no, I need this now. This show doesn't end until I see a dank meme.
Dude,
Although now I'm a little nervous to find out what a dank
Yeah,
I
meme
have
is.
two actually. Because I'm the one that asked.
oops.
What is it?
A dank meme is an ironic
Good question.
expression used to mock online viral media.
Yeah, I do want you to. Can you come over here and explain?
Please.
That's great.
No,
As
this
she
is
should.
great.
I mean,
No, but I think I want to know.
I think
is
they
it?
just did.
A meme that is really radically cool and neat.
Oh,
So
it's
all
just
my
like
memes.
Let's
basically.
go.
I love my memes.
everything
I
manly.
love my dank memes.
Or
He's-
a sarcastic term to refer to an old or overdone meme.
Oh, well,
Oh, also
probably-
appropriate.
Also probably
Yeah.
right there. Yeah.
AKA our show.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And that's a wrap.
I'm a fan of the dank meme. Okay.
Bye bye.
All right. Get us with another question. Come on.
I'm pulling it up here. Who's the better what?
How's that a thing? I don't know how. I don't know how you answer that.
I can answer that. Gregor is clearly the better
What?
friend. Clearly.
And you can tell he is because he doesn't say anything back.
Yeah. Clearly, yeah.
John Manley is the better friend.
You're supposed to say it back.
Oh, I did. I just did.
Thanks,
Oh,
Greg.
you know what? Actually, here's a great question. The Berliner Pub
Yeah.
Twitter account
Yeah, sure.
would like to know, have you tried a honey badger yet?
I haven't.
It's a
Is that the
shot.
Ozzy
It's a
Alonso shot?
It's a shot.
Oh, boy.
All around.
Yeah, we're not doing them solo. You're coming with us.
Yeah.
What is this?
It's Baron Jaeger and Jaeger.
Oh no.
It's a saint. It's actually not terrible. I don't like
Yeah.
Jaeger.
It's not that bad.
Hey,
The last
guess
time-
what? I don't believe you.
If they make it right, which we have a good bartender tonight, it's fine.
we'll be
It's
good.
one of those
We'll be
things
good.
that.
Well, I
it
mean,
gets
don't
close.
say this now. It's like saying at halftime that we're doing bad.
Yeah, right.
Which is why I'm
If they
doing
make it
this.
right, it could be good. Otherwise, it is terrible.
Trust
and you
me,
are
it's really-
screwed.
No, it's all about how you layer it. If you don't
Pretty
layer
much.
it right, then it's terrible.
I feel like I'm,
It's okay. It'll
Last
be fine.
time I had
It'll
a
be
shot
fine.
of Jaeger was 5 years ago on my birthday. I had a goblet of Jaeger, and it went very poorly.
Yeah.
The
That's
last
how we go.
time I had Jaeger was
works
the
out.
night of the new politics.
Oh,
You remember that's a story for another time.
boy.
But you know that
Another
story.
time.
This week's podcast.
But
I'm
yeah.
taking it out.
All right, so let's jump off. Let's jump off this and say your favorite band overall.
Oh, that's
man.
easy, Pearl Jam.
Fugazi.
Really?
Fugazi.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Really?
Yeah.
You guys both answered that like not
Damn.
even
So
thinking.
I have this thing.
I know you're in the music business, but
No, but I have this thing where like people ask you questions, and like I never want to definitively say anything because they're like, "What's your favorite food?" And I'm like, "Well, I love pizza, but
Right.
also sushi is kick-ass,
Right.
and tacos are
yeah,
awesome."
yeah.
But like at some point,
Good
you just
save.
got to make a
Good
decision.
save.
Thank
Good
you.
save.
At some point, you just got to make a decision and go like, "I'm just gonna say tacos," even though it might not always be my favorite. It's the way to go. So like, I love a ton of awesome bands, but when it comes down to it, when someone asks me, I just say Fugazi because I love that band so much. And there's like, even when I'm not listening to them currently or whatever, I'm like, I still know if I put it on, it would be my favorite. So
that's interesting.
I was a real big Pearl Jam nerd when I discovered music.
Okay.
So, like, I didn't mean like a big, like, I have a Pearl Jam tattoo. My dog's named Mookie Blaylock. Like, I'm a Pearl Jam
Damn, you are.
nerd.
Yeah, okay.
like, nerd.
Can I
So,
can I say something?
can I ask
Sure.
you a
We're
question?
the most overrated Seattle band.
well, this podcast has been great.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
He just said that.
They are the most. Yeah.
Hold on. We need to, let's
Let me
hash
really
this out.
qualify that.
Yeah,
Let me
this is.
qualify.
Oh, look at the
Growing
pose.
up,
Look
so
at the
I
pose.
moved here in '91.
Sure,
I
okay.
moved here in '91.
That's great.
So I got to see some of the really. Look at this.
Yeah.
I can't argue this.
Go ahead.
I can't argue this. Kid Rock. No, not Kid Rock.
Okay.
So
Big Candlebox fan?
What? Wait, what?
There's no Candlebox?
So you a
Not-
Nirvana guy then,
Yeah.
or?
No, so I mean, honestly, I'm a Soundgarden / Alice in Chains are probably my two of my. If you had asked me for a
Yeah.
Seattle band perspective, then you start going into some of the other smaller guys,
Oh,
the Mudhoney's and some of those guys. I
Sure.
like some of that. So Pearl Jam, I think. Because I was 16 to 18 years old, and I just moved here, and they blew up in our face, and so. It
Oh,
was
so
one of
you were
those-
like they
yeah,
sold that.
the angsty high school. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That's why we're explaining it.
Sure,
So
sure.
So I'd say that.
He called it right though.
I did. No, it's right. Exactly. So it's one of those things that now I've gotten over it. But in high school, it was kind of like I was done with it. I didn't want it
Sure,
anymore.
no, that's fine.
So there it is.
I'm over it now.
Look,
but-
my answer whenever, usually when someone says who's your favorite band, my answer is usually your favorite band. because that's my job. My job is to not play you my favorite songs. My job is to play your favorite songs.
right.
So I always normally I would say that's how I would normally answer that question. To the point of fault. Like I would never even throw anything out. That's why I only would say Pearl Jam. That's the only other band. Or else I would just say your favorite song. What's your favorite song on the radio? Your favorite song.
Yeah.
Because that's
Fair enough.
that's the hard part about what we do is we love music, but our job isn't to play the music we love, which is weird. It's to play the music that you love, and it just happens to overlap. Thank God.
What's the last record any of you guys picked up? Like your last album?
Soundgarden.
No. No, Diego's Umbrella. Which you've never heard of.
No.
Yeah. They're a gypsy folk rock kind of band.
I get requests from that from someone in the mornings. There's somebody that really
Seriously.
consistently.
They are. It's probably Sarah. It's
Shout
probably
out to Sarah. What's up,
It's-
Sarah?
What's up,
dummy?
They put on a hell of a live show. Actually, they are fantastic live.
How about you, Johnny? What's the last album you got?
My record player is currently broken.
No, but
so,
album, just anything.
The last album that I got was Glass Animals.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think.
It's a great record. I
Yeah,
just picked up Green
Zava's
Day.
really good.
I just picked up a 12-inch the LP for Green Day's Dookie.
Oh, no
the other
kidding.
day.
Really?
Yeah, on Saturday I was out at Easy Street and
At the
picked up.
record
Yeah.
or album day or no?
No, just random on a Saturday. I was there dropping someone off for a hair appointment, and then I went over and got myself a record.
It wasn't Greg that had the hair
It
appointment.
was not. So, dudes, Brandon's right. It is time. It's past my bedtime, so we got to do
Real
whatever
quick.
this
Cheers.
nipple tickler or whatever
What
we're
is
having
this?
is.
It's called
I
the
can't
Honey
remember
Badger.
Oh, the Honey Badger! Shout out to Ozzy Alonso.
Everything was going great until this.
Sup, dummy?
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, that wasn't so bad.
It's honey. It tastes like honey.
Just like honey.
Nope.
And cough syrup.
And cough syrup.
It tastes like Jägermeister.
Okay.
No, it's. I
Not-
mean,
not a fan. That's
so
good.
has everyone had a Jaeger? Jägermeister is that drink though. Everybody crushed it when you're 22.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And then when you got to 23, 24, something happened. There's
I
something
can't do it anymore.
metabolism changes or something, where you can't. It's you can't. Right? You can't touch it.
No.
Oh, I used to smash it no problem. That was
used to. Yeah.
But now it's if this wasn't on camera, I would not have done that.
because I can't go for that.
No can do.
All right. So we're gonna end the show, but
Yeah.
you guys, thank you so much. This was
Hey.
Oh, hey guys, no, thank you.
Fantastic.
No, thank you.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
That was. Oh, hold on, let me go.
Follow us on Twitter at Our Dumb Podcast.
Yes.
Relentless. I love this guy.
Do
at
it. Do it.
Manchild1077 at Hey Gregor.
Yes.
And at Our Dumb Podcast.
Yeah, we broadcast every Thursday.
When
Yeah.
you're not
Thursdays.
listening to this
Oh, yeah.
show, listen
When
to
you're
the
not,
end.
exactly.
Yeah, or listen to 1077 the end because that's kind
That's
of
actually where we get paid from.
We also do that.
If you're streaming
Border
right now,
Founders.
listen in the morning and see if you can tell if I'm fucked up tomorrow or not. That's gonna be the real test.
So what time do you start?
I'll be on at 6 a.m. bright and early,
6 a.m.
pretending like. And I'll. You know what? For everyone who's listening, I always get made fun of for doing Sleep Country commercials. That's my thing that I do.
Yeah.
I'll work something about this into it so that way you'll know
Yeah.
if you hear that.
And don't tweet me until 10. 'cause
Yeah. Yeah, you guys got to watch it. You blow him up too early in the morning, and that guy is out still.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, okay.
And he's like, shut the hell up.
yeah. I keep it. We always I'm very level, but you wake me up and I am a monster.
You're like,
Yeah.
Honey Badger.
Yeah, I'm just
guys, thanks for having us.
All right.
Thank
It's
you,
a blast.
guys.
From
Thank you
Son
guys so
O'Reilly,
much.
Mi Vida
Vida
Seattle,
Seattle.
here at the Berliner Pub. Thank you guys very much.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.